H-Town, what's up? You know what time it is. It's time for the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop, the nation's number one urban sports talk show, and also your midday sports happy hour. Yours truly, Robert Hatter, alongside Jim Hicks, coming to you live from Houston, Texas. But we're broadcasting all over the world via Facebook Live and YouTube Live. And guess what, y'all? It's Women Rock Wednesday. Share the show. Yes, I had a hiccup. I'm on a new system, and it was, and right when I pushed the button, the sound went out to me. I had to redo it over again. So we good. We good now. We should be good now. Making sure all my vitals here. Let me shout out to my let's shout out to my starting five today. Let's make sure I got women because I know some women were on early and then they popped off. We'll give them a chance to go. But right now, who we got? We got Madonna Johnson. We got Mindy Collins. We got Dale Griggs. And that's it right now. So share the show. I'm gonna wait on the rest of the world. Oh, that might be Daryl Anderson, but if his wife is on there, hey Miss Tony, Cruises by Tony. So I'm just trying to let the ladies get up here. Um, but it's Women Rock Wednesday, y'all. It's so much stuff. My heart is heavy today. There go Brandon Nicholson is in the building. My heart is a little bit heavy today. Let me see. Oh, Stewart is there. Okay, okay. Angie Holcomb is there. All right. No, but it's okay. I can see you on any site, Brandy. It's just that it was my hiccup this morning, and it just I tried to mess. You know how you mess with stuff at the last minute and you shouldn't. I did it. Always messing with stuff. But today I'm a little heavy on my heart. Hey Ray Moore, friend of mine. Hey my take, Cora. It's Women Rock Wednesday. A friend of mine passed away a couple of days ago. I think it might have been yesterday, day before yesterday. Yesterday. Um, Joe Douglas. If you ever saw Frankie Beverly for the last 20 years, he is the guy that managed Frankie Beverly. A great. When I tell you the great guy, great spirit. Had a nightclub in Atlanta, uh, and he's Googleable. Joe Douglas, great man. We lost a good one, man. I mean, I think he had a strong influence in Birmingham, Alabama, because he used to always try to get me to come down there to the homecoming in Alabama when they had a big one of the big homecomings down in the Magic City, but some kind of thing down there, and I never got a chance to go. But let me tell y'all something. We really lost a great one. Ladies, guess what? Had a guest lined up today, and for Women Rock Wednesday, but wouldn't be able to do the sound check, so we'll get them another time. But it's so much stuff that I want to share with y'all. Women Rock Wednesday wise. Let me see. Oh, just so much stuff. I um I was going through my notes the other day. Got a chance last night uh, um, to go to a high school basketball game. Went to see Shadow Creek and the Legacy School of Sports and Sciences play last night, and really got some interesting things to talk about that. Jimmy, I'll wait till Jimmy get on, but I've been watching out here, y'all, and I want y'all to be very wary of where you get your content, especially on CNN and all of these news. I call them info news stations. Just be careful and vet whatever you get from these people because we're getting our news from a media lens right now that's dirty. I'm gonna repeat that. We're getting our news now, right now from a media lens that is dirty. That's why I'm glad to be able to have a platform like this to chop shop so we can clear some things up. Only then I thought about these college athletes. Only in recent years, however, have I heard college athletes phrase regularly use phrases like self-care and therapy or I need a break. They care as much about their mental health as they do their physical health, and I'm proud of them. And a lot of us have kids that wants to go to college, that want to play college basketball, that want to go do this. We all have kids that want to be going in this life. But one of the best changes in college sports to me is the mental health is every bit as important as physical health. And just wanted to share that with y'all. And the other night, Women Rock Wednesday, I meant to bring it up yesterday, but uh, let's be a little bit more careful uh, how we handle this mental health thing. It's serious. I know I've been talking about it for years, and we're gonna keep talking about it because y'all gotta understand these young kids, man, have the pressures that we didn't have. And just the other night, I want to talk about a young lady that I knew that grew up uh, uh, playing basketball with my son. Young lady, Kaiser Gondry Zach, WNBA, the number 4 pick. I'm gonna share some stuff with you about her. But something interesting happened the other night. It was a monumental night in the G League. And ladies, y'all got to hear this, Sonya. This ain't never happened before, Sonya. The other night, Amber Nichols and Tori Miller became the first black female GMs to have their teams play each other in the G League. And I know it went. I meant to talk about it on Monday because these are my notes from Monday. I meant to talk about it on Monday, but I didn't get a chance. But y'all, listen. Did y'all hear what I just said? I hope y'all knew. I hope y'all really heard what I said. Maybe I should repeat it again. It's Women Rock Wednesday, right? Where them notes at? I want to read it just like I had it. Just read it just like I had it. Oh, I got so many notes. God, I got so many notes in here. But y'all just think about that. Just think about it. Two black women, uh, GMs. I talked about them. If you go back to our old shows, I've mentioned these ladies before, but I was just so proud to see two black women running G League teams. The Skyhawks, I think the Atlanta team, and the Go Go, the Washington D.C.'s team. So uh, I just want to shout out to those women and got some more information for you from Women Rock Wins. Hold on. Let me give you. Let me see. Here you go. The UConn women basketball star. I remember her. Aziz Fudd inks a partnership deal with Stephen Curry's organization. I remember this young girl called Stephen. She was one of the few girls that Stephen Curry invited to her camp. I think she came. It wasn't a girls' camp. I think she came to the boys' camp. It was a few girls got invited a few years back, and he now going to have her as be a splash sister. He's bringing on a UConn freshman basketball player into his brand, the SC30 brand, in a unique, wide range partnership that will support her success both on and off the court as the nation's top recruit builds her college career. Multi-dimensional name, image, and likeness contract. Um, Y'all got to remember, Stefan got two daughters who has long and he has long been dedicated to helping women shine and vowed to do more in the women's game. In 2018, Miss Fudd participated. Here it is. Here it is. She participated in Stephen Curry's elite camp as one of two women invited to take part. Relationships, ladies and gentlemen. Sonya, that young girl impacted him back then. Parents, kids, follow this. The young girl built a relationship. We always tell y'all about relationships and how to build relationships. You can't build relationships telling Jimmy or telling me, you need to talk about my son on your show. You need to tell him what my son did. You don't build relationships like that. Okay? That one parent know who I'm talking about. I know they probably listening. But that ain't how you build relationships with people. You remember what Jimmy said, them national scouts, how he had to be careful when you're talking to them? You can't call them, tell them, man, you ain't did this, man, you ain't did this. You have to, you got to be careful, Paul, on how you. So this young lady, one of two ladies was invited to in 2018 to his elite camp. And she and Curry continued to build a relationship since. Curry also held an all-girls camp that summer. But Fudd's involvement with let me show you what they said. Her involvement with SC30, the athlete-run organization, handling Curry's off-court. This what they off-court business. So, okay, the SC30 fund is the athlete-run organization handle Curry's off-court business. Also, will entail far more than strictly a sponsorship deal. Curry plans to personally mentor the 5'11" guard from Arlington, Virginia, who played at a high school at St. John's High School, St. John's College High School in D.C. As she balanced school and balanced basketball, the demands of being a female athlete, he wants to help Fudd show the world who she is through not only her personality and her passion, but also to provide a platform and financial backing to share her ideas and values. Wow. Wow. Unbelievable on Women Rock Wednesday. That is Moody. Shout out to Aziz Fudd. I hope I'm pronouncing her name right. Aziz Fudd. And I'm looking up Kaiser's information because it's Women Rock Wednesday. I just want to share y'all with y'all how you can be young and beautiful and have everything going for you. Hold up, let me just young and beautiful. Let me see, Kaiser. Okay, that is. And young Sonya and have everything going for you. Let me tell you this story. Kaiser Gondrzak, the number 4 pick in the 2021 draft, says she didn't return to the WNBA after the Olympic break for mental health reasons. Yeah, this is a great show to share. We need to share this show right now. We need to share this show right now. It's a great, great show to share. What's up, Jimbo? I got you in there, baby. I got you in there, boy. Jimmy, I'm running on a skeleton crew today, man. They ain't got me right. Hey, you know, mama, I got all this new equipment, man. It's kind of crazy, but Jimmy, I'm right. I'm talking about Kaiser Gondrzak, Grant Gondrzak's daughter. Um, she didn't come back on the WNBA break after the Olympics, and she cited mental health reasons. She said after losing my father, because Grant, great friend of mine, great a friend of Jimmy's, passed away not too long ago. She said I wasn't present to the idea of efficiently knowing how to cope. Y'all got to go Google Kaiser Gondrzak, beautiful young lady. Uh, Beautiful young lady. I think I got some stuff on her. Wanted to show you. I think I got a picture. Just Google her. But you can have seemingly, Jimmy, everything in the world going for you. And people just don't know what's going on. Joe Douglas, Jimmy, if you notice, when Frankie Beverly came to town or all over the world, I always had a front row seat. I've actually been on the stage with him because of this guy Joe Douglas, who passed away 2 days ago. And you know that, and the reason I'm saying this, y'all, hey, let me tell y'all something. We don't know how much. I tell you all the time. You probably know how much money you have. You don't know how much time you have left. You don't know how much time you have. No matter with all your infinite wisdom, everything, you don't know how much time. So your people and your friends, man, love on them. I'm telling you. That's why I told you I had a great time this weekend. People tell me, where you go, Robert? Because you know I usually go, somewhere and go skiing or something, or go something like that. And I just sit and had both of my babies together at the same time. And we don't often have time. I got a son live in New York. I got a daughter live in LA. We don't often have, and it was just so, that was worth $1 zillion to me. Just being around the people I love and the people I be around. So, hey, y'all, love on your people, man. We just don't know. Paul Miranda had sickness in his family. The young boy who we put out a call for. I called everybody I knew. They got that on the news in LA yesterday. Guess what? The young man wound up being found. But guess what? The chop shop had that information first because what? I knew people who knew the kid. And we shouted it out first. It's people calling me from Michael Smith is on the West Coast. He out there trying to check it out, trying to see what's going on. So, hey, Jimmy, I mean, it just great to have a platform like this so that somebody can pick up a phone from LA and say, Robert, could you help us find my nephew? Can you help us find my godson? So shout out to y'all. Shout out to the Chop Shop. Man, we're doing great impactful things. And oh, yes, we're going to get down. I told y'all this show, and I used to give this disclaimer, Jimmy. You probably, it was early, about a couple of months ago, that this show is intentional. This show is intentional about discussing things that a lot of people don't discuss. We sit in the middle of the world's messiest intersection. The intersection, we talk about sports, we talk about politics, we talk about race, we talk about summer basketball, we talk about AAU basketball, we talk about high school basketball, and we sit in the middle of that messy intersection, Jimmy. And guess what? We talk about it, we share ideas about it, we get up and brush ourselves off, and we try to make change. That's the great thing that I love about this Chop Shop. And Jimmy, Jimmy, last night, I went to a high school basketball game. Jimmy, I went to see. I was texting. Jimmy, this show is a blessing or a curse. Because somebody approached. I know why you came to this game.
Really? Why is that? You said you was going to see Mike Mike.
Jimmy.
You said you was going to see Mike Mike.
Jimmy, you know exactly listen, and I know that person is watching. And I started to check you on the spot, but I let you have it. Money Mike, Michael Collins, is the only reason that I came 38 miles to watch that game last night. I'm just going, in case you don't understand, the little freshman, Money Mike, was the only reason that I got in that car. Not to see your son, not to see nobody else's son. That's who I came to see last night. I'm just telling you. So I know what Jimmy, let me tell you something. Yo, evidently y'all don't watch this show enough. Evidently y'all don't. I pick and choose. I don't have to go out. Think about this. You had a guy that did what I've done in this business, come out there and sit and watch a game, and your son had to be playing. If I was you, I'd have shut up and said, I would have said, man, thank you for coming out here. Some of y'all are flat-foot deranged. I said it yesterday. Some of y'all so caught up in this bull crap of summer basketball and high school basketball. Let me tell y'all something. Man, this shit gonna be over. And guess what? I'm gonna always have that opinion of you. Jimmy, man, sometimes I understand. I know you be saying, how do I know you? Like I never forget. One parent told me, how don't try to help these damn parents. They don't care. A parent told me that. A mama. They don't try to help them. If I'm in the building, mama, daddy, whoever it was last night, y'all won't know it. Guess what? But your son got the benefit of being on Money Mike's team last night. Cause ain't nowhere in the world I'd have went out there. But Jimmy, I understand. That's why I said.
So now I got two questions.
Yeah.
One is, at what point of the game did the parent make the comment to you?
After the game. After the game.
It was after the game.
So
after the game, that parent think you derived as to this is why you came, because obviously a certain team, somebody won and somebody had to lose. So that parent probably was not on the winning side for you to make that type of comment.
No, they were on the winning side last night.
Okay, they were on the winning side last night.
They were on the winning side, but still talking shit.
Okay.
Jimmy, that's why I said it. Jimmy, it's some mental illness going. That's why I started the show with mental illness. Jimmy, it was funny to me, but it ain't funny. Because it was funny, but it ain't funny. Something is wrong, man. Something is wrong, man. Something is wrong out here.
Well, I mean, and now who won the game? Who won the game and who played?
One team won and the other team did. That's all I'm gonna tell you. One team won. You know who won the damn game. I text you.
Well, I'm saying I know who won the game, but
yes.
The people that are listening do not have no clue who the hell Money Mike is or Mike.
Money Mike played for Shadow Creek. That's why I went out there to watch. Shadow Creek play.
And Shadow Creek played.
Thank you, Sean Jones. I know you know what I'm talking about.
So they played Legacy, the School of Sports Science.
Yeah, and Jimmy, why did you tell me, man? That's a low scoring game, but keep going.
Yeah, because that's what it was. You told me the third quarter or something, or halftime the score was in the 20s.
Yeah, something
like that. One of the teams had in the 20s. I'm like, well, shoot, that's relatively low for the abundance of talent that is on the floor.
Okay.
Good point. Teams.
Good point.
So, and neither one of them are known as like to just compress their scores into the 40s. So if you score in 20 something, that means you double it down. You project that team probably could score in the late 40s or the early 50s. But anyway, Legacy, the School of Sports Science, was the home of the game last night. And here's the thing. And you scheduled this game, and it's not the most on paper, this is by far not your biggest home game that you had. That distinct honor would go to the game between Legacy and Duncanville a year ago. Talking about your home game at home a year ago, I would say, in regards to public schools, because when you have those types of schools like Legacy and the dream, putting the dream together is to you to be able to play a public school, because it helps when you can beat those schools. First of all, you're expected to beat most public schools.
Mm.
Most. Now, when you do, it helps you with recruiting. Some people don't like that word, but it is what it is. It is.
What word?
Recruiting.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Well, we don't recruit. Well, whatever you do, influence, you magnetize, you attract. So, I mean, come on. I mean, recruiting.
Watch, you almost did it. Come on.
And so when you that helps when you win. But when you play like those public schools and lose to them, it hinders the argument to say, well, let's come over here because we got a better program. So now it helps. Shadow Creek winning the game last night, not just winning the game, but winning by 15 points. You see, against a pre-assembled all-star team.
And they got a good team, Jimmy. They just didn't. The team that lost, Legacy, and I know you explaining it, and somebody just get on Marcus Catcher. Shadow Creek won the game, but they got a good team, Jimmy. And Jimmy, to me, they could have won that game. It's just something about them that it's just weird. You had to be there to say, how in the hell did Legacy lose this game? You had to be there. I mean, I still don't understand it. But Jimmy, I fell in love. I got 2 nephews. I called you last night. Didn't I call you last night? Told you I got too many nephews. Do you know them 2 kids I mentioned?
I don't remember the names. You sent it. You
don't
texted them
remember?
to me last
Hold
night.
on. I'm finna tell you. Bryce Jackson. I got another Bryce, y'all. Hey, I got another Bryce coming up now. So, y'all, hold on. And Caden Tate. Please tell me what you know about them 2 guys. I'm going to show you how impressed I was. They play for Shadow Creek.
I'm looking for your text message.
Huh? You texted me something?
No, I'm looking for I'm looking it up and looking at the message.
Look my text. Look for the text message.
Yeah. And
number 10 and number 15.
Yeah.
And Jimmy, guess what?
Now,
come on. I'm sorry.
The Bryce kid, he's one of the 2 freshmen that plays varsity at Shadow Creek. Him and the Michael Collins kid. So they both was expected. Well, Mike was expected to get on the court because of his ability to defend a little bit more aggressive than many of the upperclassmen. Now the kid Bryce, now he's probably came along. Remember last time I saw Shadow Creek, it wasn't a good outing.
Oh, Jimmy, that was against that juggernaut. Yeah. Jamie, no, you can't.
Yeah. I'm just telling you. So so therefore, haven't seen them since then. But at the same time, I know what they're capable of packing because I saw the team at the Super 16 twice. And when they played at the Super 16, think about it. On this Sunday, Sean Jones didn't play. Chase Kane didn't play. And they still gave Dickinson all that they wanted in that elimination game. But fast forward to the regular season, those Bryce is a 9th grader and Tate is the 10th grader over at Shadow Creek, and he's about 6'3", and Tate is, and they are part of the future at the program. Remember, there's a lot of talent that goes into that zone to Shadow Creek. And however, I'm understanding they have another school they're about to open up out in that Alvin ISD. If you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, they're about to open up another school that's going to deplete some of the talent and double down and split some of that talent even more. So, but yeah, I can imagine those young guys if they're getting after it. And that's a great win for Shadow Creek because it's a redemption win. It restores. Now Shadow Creek is back. You know, they took a punch from Duncanville. People laughed at them. They got hit by a 50 piece at the season opener. But at the same time, now after watching Duncanville swing at many of the other teams that they've played against, what public school in this area that Duncanville wouldn't put double digits on? And that's the
and Jimmy, me personally, I forgot. Listen, I forgot about the Duncanville game. I ain't gonna tell you no lie. I mean, I forgot about it. But that's your job to keep up with it. I came in with all I did. I said I wanted to see how Money Mike play. I came out there to see him. He got a short leash. He got a short leash. I'm watching that with the coach right now. Yeah, coach, this Uncle Robert talking right now. You got a short leash with it. But when I saw that, Bryce and Caden, I Jimmy, guess what I did? I had to go into my Twitter. Go into my Safari. I had to get the roster. And Jimmy, just in case the roster was wrong, I walked over. You know, I'll never do this, Jimmy. I walked over to the bench while the game was over and talked to the assistant coach. I said, can I see your man? What is number 10's name? What is number 15 name? Because they made winning plays, Jimmy, down this stretch to secure that win. That was a close game, Jimmy. Don't look at the score. That game could have been won easily by the other team. But those two little boys, let me tell you something. With them three guys there, man, I can't wait to see. Let me tell you something. I can't wait to see them in January. Those kids going to be better because they had poise, Jimmy. I'm sitting there saying, I'm not believing. When Bryce made a couple of plays that made me stand up. Jimmy, I didn't used to stand up for the other Bryce. That's what I guess it's the Bryces that get to me. But shout out to those young kids. If you know them, tell them they ball. They got the call today. Shout out to them two young kids. I did not know, Jimmy. I don't even remember them playing in the other game. In that other game. That's why I said I forgot about that game. But shout out to those two gentlemen, man. I can't wait to come watch y'all play again.
Yeah. Now, at the same time, I think a week or so ago, Legacy went to Kansas and played Sunrise Christian. Mm-hmm. And they lost that game by a lot. And the thing is, the sale is we are a national top 20 program. And that is not the case right now. And it is what it is.
Right.
And so and I said this before, Legacy isn't the first to non-public school to field to attract a slew of some of the local high school basketball stars and take a national flavored schedule approach to and have some degree of success with it. Not the first and not the last. But the thing is, when you advertise your top 10, top 20 in the country, then you're advertising it. Then that means expectations is going to yield or warrant that type of productivity. So with that being said, this, as Alfio just attested to, that this is definitely an upset because their first game, Legacy, how do you know they played their first game? It didn't count towards their win and loss record, mm-hmm. But you know what their first game was? It was against Lamar State Port Arthur Junior College.
Yeah, I remember that.
Doug Jones went to that game and sit courtside and watch. And Legacy was winning the game in the fourth quarter during the closing moments against a junior college with guys that are 2 and even in some cases 3 grades older than you.
Jimmy, Legacy is good, man. Don't listen to
I'm
me.
just saying. So
That team is damn good. Just sometimes you got if you're good, you got to play good.
And that's the whole thing. I mean, so this loss ain't a regular loss.
No, it's not.
This loss may take 2, 3, 4, 5 wins just to break even from a loss like this. This is what I'm telling you. Then you're going into understand. That's the truth.
Think about it, Jimmy. And I don't know if you got them ranked or not, because I don't know. They got 2 guards. I wish I can talk to them. They got 2 guards that I wish I can talk to. It's pretty damn good. I mean, I called Doug Jones. I was in Dallas. I saw Chris Walker in the building. Let me bring him on in anyway, so he in the building. I talked to Joe. I was in Dallas watching them play, and I said, Doug, who is good on Legacy team? Because I didn't know. And he told me the guard, Fred Payne or something like that. Is that his name?
Yeah.
And then they got another little guard that he's been around the program a while. Then they got 2 bigs, Jimmy. They got one dude, Jimmy, to talk. I don't know who he is, and my bad, sir. Somebody please tell me his name, Doug Jones. The kid, he tall and he can jump out the gym. And then they got another a light-skinned cat. He don't like to get in that near that basket. He like to shoot that thing from way out. He got a little Justin Jackson in him. So, but Jimmy, when I saw this team, Chris Walker, if Chris Walker walked in the gym, he would have liked that team because they long, they athletic, and they recruitable. They should, what is his name? Jared Valencia. Oh, I think that's him. Jared Valencia, Jimmy. Oh my God. Hey, Chris, he about 6, I don't know how, 6, whatever size he is, but he jumped out the gym. And so Jimmy, you're right. Your expectations, when I saw that team in the beginning, I said, wow. But guess what? That Shadow Creek just don't quit, man. Jimmy, I wish you can get the video of that game. That freshman and that sophomore, they did not quit. And of course, Sean Jones and Cam, they suppose you told me a long time ago, Jimmy. Certain people, they supposed to show up. So I can't just give them they supposed to show up. But when I see a freshman and a sophomore come out the bench and do the thing, Jimmy diving on the floor, getting loose balls, getting rebounds. Jimmy, one time the freshman came down, you the freshman to go in there out of control. The little Bryce stopped to let everybody pass by and kissed it high off the glass, Jimmy.
So I got a question. I got a question to you.
Uh-huh.
So let's say when your son was in 12th grade, what 9th grade or 10th grade whip your son ass on the court?
Not now.
That you can think of.
Not now.
So why? Why? Why not?
Because he wasn't gonna allow that.
So that mentality shouldn't apply 15 years. I mean, 9 years later.
Okay, I understand where you're going. I didn't know you were going there. I didn't know you were going.
I mean, I'm not trying to. It is what it is. So that means you just acknowledge that Legacy has an abundance of talent, an abundance of Division I recruits, and some of those guys are in the 12th grade, some in the 11th grade. But you're a 9th grader and a 10th grader. That's like you playing 17U and a 15U kid comes up and makes put his fingerprints all over the game during the pivotal moments. That ain't supposed to happen.
Wow.
Unless that 9th or 10th grader is special.
Yeah, I got you. That's a great point. It's a great point. Great point. And you know what I saw too, Chris? And Chris, y'all got to help me with this. I was with some guys last night. They were sitting next to me. But I saw something last night some of these kids don't want. Somebody please tell me when Byron Green get back on. Byron, I apologize. Not really apologize, but I understand what you mean. We got some seniors out here playing on teams, and I don't even think these guys really want to play. I think these guys are playing for somebody else and not themselves. Jimmy, being a basketball player, being around this game for so long, and I'm gonna ask you who he is when I get off the show, off the show. But I saw a kid last night just seemed like I'm just in here. You know, when the game over, man, I'm finna go call my dad. I'm finna go do something else. He didn't seem like he trying to go play college basketball. And those kind of kids, I just wish people wouldn't put so much pressure on them kids and let them kids go do whatever they want to do. Let them go build rockets. Let them go do anything they want to do. But welcome to the show, Chris Walker. How you doing? I heard you did a great job last night, but as you see, I was watching high school basketball last night, and I didn't push the tape button, and I couldn't do it remote. So I miss you.
Man, we had a great show, man. We talked about CBS doing the HBCU All-Star game at the Final Four, first time in New Orleans, and managed to get in some love for TSU and Prairie View. And we really just talked about the fact that, you know, again, foreign to some of the people that were, at CBS, because that's just not something that they cover, but there were two teams, HBCU teams, one from the MEAC, Maryland Eastern Shore played UConn last night, and Jackson State played Marquette. Both lost, fought hard, but at the end of the day, a lot of transfers, as we talked about the other day, from both teams. But I'll tell you this, guys, it got me a chance to, as I'm looking at it, being an African-American and thinking about what football has made more of an imprint on college, on pro football, college football, like Grambling and all that stuff, than basketball has. Basketball has been more about the coaches. So, again, I got a chance to get in Ben Jobe, Frank Mitchell, Big House Games, John McClendon. If you guys don't know who they are, you need to look them up, especially John McClendon. So I got a chance to mention those guys because otherwise they would never be mentioned. Because I say, yeah, we could talk about Lindsey Hunter. We could talk about Ben Wallace. We could talk about Rick Mahorn. We could talk about Earl of Pearl Monroe. We could talk about them dudes. But at the end of the day, it was the coaches, right? It was the coaches that made this thing, possible. And they're the guys that I kind of highlighted. And I had a little punchline. I couldn't get in. Everybody talked about Machine Gun Kelly. The original Machine Gun Kelly is Earl Kelly from TSU. People don't know that.
Yes.
Just really giving them some background and just, like I said before, man, highlighting.
No, Harry
Kelly.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, giving them some background, of what it means for them to put some emphasis on this game. Because again, it's all about exposure, man. Those guys just only time, like they got to play 2 games last night. So there was a guy named Javis McKinnis. I guarantee you, people are looking at the day. He was punching Marquette stuff all over the place. Athletic, but no one would ever go see Jackson State versus Prairie View unless you see this guy playing a high-level game. And that's just is what it is of the climate right now. But breaking news. So you see, I got my Renaissance search firm.
I saw that
couple. And I'm on the board of the only black search firm in the country. Herb Courtney is the president, and we got a monumental search happening about 4 or 5 days ago. I don't know, Jimmy probably know it already. We got the Grambling football search, okay? And so I'm on the phone this morning talking about, not necessarily gonna make the decision, but like, yo, man, who could be the next head coach at Grambling? And here's the funny thing: what has happened, and because we're talking about HBCUs. I throw some of the names out there. I don't think it really matters. But Hugh Jackson, I said, man, get out of here, man. Hugh Jackson don't want that job. Ray Lewis, who just pulled his name out yesterday. Hines Ward, who's from Monroe, Louisiana. And Ed Reed.
Oh, great man.
So what I'm saying is, so here's what's happening now in the landscape of college football on the HBCU side. Deion, Coach Prime has changed the game, guys. You got to understand what's going on. Change the game. You got Eddie George coaching Tennessee State. This is what's about to happen. Now, ask me why this is happening, which blew me away.
Why is this happening?
I'm not going to say I'm not going to tell you the person's name I spoke to on CBS Sports, the football show last night. I said, Coach. So the football show, because on Tuesdays, they do the college football thing, and then we come on right after that. I said, Coach. I'm not going to tell you which one. I said, Coach, is Prime going to get a job? I say, why isn't Prime's name mentioned? All these jobs going. You know what he said to me? He said, 1 more year. I said, hold on, man. Let me ask you a question. Is Deion in the Hall of Fame? He said, yep. Has Deion been a head coach? He said, yep. Has Deion been coach of the year? He said, yep.
Check.
I said, if Peyton Manning wanted a job right now, would he have to, what would happen? If
They
Peyton
wouldn't say
Manning
one
says,
more
I want
year.
to coach the Kansas City Chiefs, they would give him a job in 2 seconds. Am I lying, Jimmy?
Yeah. But
2 seconds.
But Chris.
Is he in a different Hall of Fame? I'm just curious.
No, that same one I just left there.
I mean, I'm just asking. Is he in a
It's
different
the-
Hall of Fame?
No, it's the same one.
Was he coach of the year in any capacity?
No,
Did he run a program in any capacity?
no.
That man told me that Deion got to wait another year. I fell out of my chair. I'm like,
But you can't
that's
compare him to
the
Peyton
problem.
But Peyton got the complexion for protection for collection.
I get you on that. I get you, and that's
Okay.
right. I'm trying not to go there.
No, but I can go there.
You can go there, but
Yeah.
my point to you is that that's how. So I said to myself, "Damn." So how does that change? You know how that changes?
How does it change?
Shows like the Chop Shop calling it out.
Yes.
When black ADs have a chance to hire brothers, they do it.
Hello.
They do it.
No matter what the circumstance, they
I'm
need to do
telling
it.
you, they do it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the only way it can change.
You'll have people that come on the feed and be like, man, Obama didn't do anything for black people.
Oh my
I'm
God.
like, hold on, man. We just voted for white presidents for how many years? And black people always feel like, I don't want to do it just because he's black. Well, what are they?
They did it because he was white?
Am I lying, Jimmy? Well, I don't want to vote for Hillary just because she's a woman.
Duh. I
So
did.
what I'm saying is black people feel that pressure. That's why my boy Damon Evans over at Maryland hired my boy Mike Loxley.
Yes, sir.
Like, what I'm saying is, Nina King, I thought she was going to hire Tommy Amico or Johnny Dawkins, but she hired, Shire. They promoted from within. But what I'm saying, when brothers got a chance to leave their imprint, you got to have, we got to do that, man. We got to feel that pressure. Just like we telling them black athletes, hey, man, ain't nothing wrong with hiring a black agent, man. Listen, it's slotted. The same, if you number 12 in the draft, no matter if you white or black, bro, they don't have no bargaining chips. Them dudes don't own the team, bro. Yeah, okay.
Chris,
If-
I
if
beg to
you
differ.
keep-
Chris, it's
if
not
you-
that simple. It's not
Okay,
that
go
simple.
on.
It's not, no, it's just not that simple.
Okay.
What you should say, look at the history and look at black agents are outperforming these other guys. So it's not slotted because it's always room to prepare you for your next deal. See, in sports, what you try to do is
Well, in the NBA, it's slotted, though. NBA is slotted.
yeah,
right?
NBA is slotted. NBA
Right.
is slotted. But Chris, there are still some things you can negotiate in their deal. You don't just say, okay, this what you're going. No. You're trying to get your kid. What you're trying to do is put triggers in your son, in your player's contract, so he can get to his veteran contract quicker. Because why?
Right.
It's no restrictions on. So it's a lot of things that go. It's just not. But you saying.
But Hatter, what I'm saying is Robert Hatter.
I
and
know,
his
but
group
no.
Can
But-
do the same thing that you
Yeah.
think the other people are making you think they can do. Water is wet.
Yeah, but they come with some. They come with some slick. Dude, they come with some slick stuff to these people.
What they come with, Hatter? Tell them what they come
I'm
with.
just telling you. I'm not Chris. Chris.
Give me one thing.
Chris, most of our community don't have nothing. Okay? Most of the guys in our community come from nothing. And it's a guy who was handling a player told me, he said, Hatter, I want to deal with you. You are a black aide, but these people are offering, dude, these people offer these people so much stuff that, Chris.
They don't have to pay it back, right, Hatter? They just get it for free, right?
No.
Oh, so they got to pay it back. They don't know that, though, huh?
They don't know it yet. They don't know it. They don't read the fine print. Chris, I told you the story. I've stopped somebody from signing something that they was about to sign. The money that they gave them, they put a little clause in there. Now, if you leave us, You got to pay this back. But guess what? They didn't hear that. And they know they didn't want the guy. And most of the time, Chris, if you watch, it's like a carousel going, Chris. They sign with these guys for like let's say you have to pay this girl to keep her alive. You know, then Jay-Z coming, he got a jet. Chris Walker ain't got no jet. She gone.
Well, she's
So
gone.
you're gonna always go to there's nothing worse to me than a person that can be bought. I told a person, you can't buy me, you can finance me, but you can't buy me. So what Chris have to done is education, Chris. It's gonna take a cycle of education for this thing to happen. But get back to your point, because I know you was going somewhere, because I don't want to make this about
No.
Yeah.
I think people need to hear that because it also factors into, it's decision making. And you
That's
made a
it.
great point. I like that I can be financed, but I can't be bought.
Right.
And that happens in Hollywood.
Yes.
Well, when guys like I forget Kenya Burris gives back money to Netflix saying, yo man, Netflix like CBS. You can finance me, but you're not gonna tell me what to do on the screen.
Yeah.
Lena Waithe, all those different people, you can finance me. You can help me make my dream come true, but you're not gonna rewrite my dream. You're not gonna rewrite my dream.
Perfect example, Jimmy. I got a project that I'm trying to work with. They want to come in and bring their money and control the project. I said, no. We can be partners, but I'm not working for nobody. We can be partners. You can't let people come in and buy your product. For them to want to put money in your project, that means you got something.
Right.
You can come in and you can't come in and get this one. Robert, this came out of me. You ain't finna own this. Right. That's how y'all used to do people a long time ago. Ain't nobody. I mean, but it's just so. That's one of the reasons when these big agencies came trying to buy up all the black agencies to keep them from competing. They approached us. You're gonna be this. You're gonna be this. You're gonna be this in the company. Hell no, not happening. Because guess what? When I go into these homes, I'm telling them kids that I am going to help guide your future. Not some guy in Hollywood going to tell me what to tell you. That's not happening. I just rather not do it. Just rather not do it.
Hey, let me get back to that point about the HBCUs.
Okay. Come on.
And what's happening. And I like to get the boom booms take and y'all's take as well.
Okay.
Especially Jimmy being a TSU guy. I was telling my guy who runs the search, I said, the game has changed. Mm-hmm. Deion, Coach Prime you don't understand, he has changed the game. I hope Mo Williams wins at Alabama State. They've changed the games. Is he a State or A&M, Jimmy? Alabama State? Mo Williams.
Alabama State.
He is State, yeah.
So here's the dynamic, guys. Deion is the coach of the year playing for the championship, right?
Right.
If you want to compete with them guys now, because one of the guys, they was like, oh, we need an established coach. I said, guys, you bring Hines Ward is from Monroe, Louisiana, right down the road. Mm-hmm. He's in the Hall of Fame. Played for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Do you know that he is the wide receiver coach at Florida? Say it again.
Georgia Bulldogs before that.
Georgia Bulldogs, and he was on on TV. Do you know that he is the wide receivers coach at Florida Atlantic with Willie Taggart? Like, he can't get a job. Did y'all hear what I just said? Now, I won't say he can't. It is very difficult for Hines Ward to get a job as an assistant coach at the highest level. He was at Georgia as a assistant operations guy. You got a guy who's a Hall of Famer, Hatter, Jimmy. You at Georgia, played at Georgia, and he can't be an assistant coach teaching the wide receivers. I'm trying to tell y'all what's going on out there. Some cold stuff. But
we know. Keep going.
But Cliff Kingsbury could have a losing record at Texas Tech and get the Cardinals job. Come on, man. I mean, seriously, man. We got to see what's going on right now. So,
what can we do about it, Chris?
Huh?
What can we do? Is there anything we can do?
I mean, here's certain things we could do, and I don't want to put anybody's business out there. Some guys, again, this is the true thing, and I believe this: white, black, red, or brown. Just because you play does not mean you can coach. They are two different skill sets. Let's get that straight. Just because you can play. For instance, a guy can be a player all day long, but he may not be an evaluator like Jimmy. He might have talent, but he don't know how to see talent. Does that make sense, what I'm trying to say? Because Jimmy has developed a skill set over time. Yeah, Jimmy may get something wrong, but because he's had so much muscle memory at it, he's going to get it right more than he get it wrong. Okay? But a guy who's like, oh, man, that dude can't play, he not looking at it through the same lens. He's not looking through the same lens. So my point is, there are a lot of I don't want to say a lot of brothers out there, because there's so many guys that we don't know about that don't get opportunities. You literally have to learn how to put a vision. Just because you played doesn't mean you have a vision for a program. Case in point, I just made a point about black agents. Just because a black dude take a test and want to be an agent, don't mean he know how to run an agency, guys. That don't mean you need to give your kid to that dude just because
Chris, he got to learn somewhere.
Well, you know what? Guess what? Tell him to go learn under another brother then. I'm just saying, like, don't be stupid. Don't do anything stupid, or I don't use the word stupid, that's unwise, right?
Okay.
So what I'm saying is, it's just one of those things where, again, I always take Jimmy for an example because I laugh.
Use him.
It was a situation, I was talking to a kid yesterday. This is a true story. People it's always people we know something about. You know what's funny? Before I talk about that story, Steve Chang hit me while I'm in the studio. Man, I heard you was talking bad about me yesterday. Somebody in the boom boom room told somebody else. I said, man, Steve.
No, you didn't.
Bad about you. I was telling your story. That's how stuff go crazy. But that lets me know people listening to the show though. Okay. I was like, I said something bad about you. I said, son, you like a son to me. Why would I say something bad about my own?
It was a testament to him. That's what you did. Yeah.
Yeah. Ain't that crazy? Man, I lost my train of thought.
Oh, I hate that. Yeah, you was talking about you compared Jimmy. Jimmy. Yeah. Okay.
To what? Compare Jimmy
somebody. I knew you was gonna forget it. I knew it.
Yeah,
you get like Robert Hattie. You get old, baby.
You said it's a true story about a kid from yesterday.
So there were kids that I don't want to again besmirch kids and parents for making quote unquote wrong decisions.
Okay.
Because when you're in the thick of it, you don't know it's wrong.
Yeah.
There's nobody that jumps across that broom that ever think they're going to get divorced. When they jump across that broom, they think it's going to last forever.
Hello?
Okay?
Right.
Right? They think it's going to last forever. You can talk them out of it. What you say, Jimmy?
Yeah.
Ain't that right, Alan?
Hallelujah.
You can talk them out of it. You can tell them about her. You can tell them about him. And they still going to jump that broom. They're going to say, we're going to show the world. And we got a 70% divorce rate. So that right there says something is very flawed about something. I'm not saying it's flawed about marriage. It could be something flawed about humankind, right? Put a comma right there. Now, there's kids, when I say, hey, man, listen, dog, I'm looking at this roster right now. You need to transfer. This is another way the transfer portal works. If you got people in your circle that are super smart about the process, somebody calls Jimmy Hicks and they say, Mr. Hicks, I think I want to go in the portal, right? They bringing in all these different players, right? What do you think I should do? Give me some advice. I think I'm good. My mom and them said I should try to stick it out, but I'm reading the temperature. I don't like what I see. What do you tell them, Jimmy?
If they say they don't like what they see,
well, think about it. They're looking at the coach bringing people in, huh? Your child.
What I tell them,
yeah,
I'm gonna go and I'm gonna pull up the mat. First of all, I'm gonna say, well, what was you expecting when you signed and go there? What was you expecting? And that's gonna be first and foremost. This player that's coming in, so if you go somewhere, be careful what you wish for, because if you go there, you think that next coach ain't gonna be trying to couldn't find the next guy and gonna bring guys in your same position. It's gonna happen all over. So my question to them is to find out the why, and once you find out why you came there in the first place, then it's easier to get that why up out of them. And because I remind them, hey, you told me that academics was great at this school. That's why you went there. They have the best engineering department in the world, and you did a top 5, and you quoted all this academic stuff, and you talking about how they. So what's going on with that now? That doesn't. So you didn't mean that back then,
Right.
that's
That's
what I
the
do
point.
to parents. I bring it up and I remind them everything that they said when their kids signed. And that way, well, man, that was, that didn't mean nothing.
Right.
So you can proceed on that. That's what I would ask and try to find out
I'm
why.
gonna shift gears for a second. I'm reading what Mr. Barnes says. I don't believe Doug Williams was a very effective coach, and he's in the Hall of Fame. People gotta understand. I'm not saying just because you're in the Hall of Fame that you can coach. Here's my thing. In today's era with social media and the way kids are, you got to have somebody identifiable with these dudes, and you can snatch some dudes. I'm telling you what I know.
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
saying Ed, forget about the names, but if TSU tomorrow said, yo, Ray Lewis, give me some more Hall of Famers, Ty Law, give me, the kids would know. Charles Woodson wants to coach TSU. You telling me kids ain't gonna want to play for them dudes? Y'all crazy, I'm telling you. You can talk about stadiums, you can talk about all that stuff you want. There are gonna be a subset of kids be like, hey man, listen, I'm not good enough for Alabama, but why would I go play at Florida International? Why would I go play at Marshall when I can play for Charles Woodson? I'm just telling you. Now, what's factoring in is all those people recruiting against go, hey man, the NFL didn't take no SWAC players. The NFL didn't take no MEAC players. I guarantee they take some of Prime players. I guarantee you some dudes from Jackson State get drafted. I guarantee you that because they're going to get a high-level dude. So if you want black college, think they don't have the budgets. Michael Strahan's another one. Think about it. Michael Strahan said, I want to coach TSU. You don't think kids will be like, yo, man? You don't think parents, I'm going to tell you a guy who remade himself. And Jimmy, you might disagree. Jimmy going to agree. How do you may agree or disagree? That remade himself and took over the youth sector. Who am I talking about, Jimmy? Remade himself and took over. John Lucas.
Oh, you talking about basketball? You talking
Oh
about
my God.
football? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm talking about John Lucas. John Lucas took over the youth sector, bro. You know why John Lucas took over the youth sector? Because all them parents that remember John Lucas says, you going to Mr. Lucas. Am I lying? To them camps and all that stuff. You going to John Lucas. You
I,
going to John Lucas.
I
You
was
going to John Lucas.
I was one of them.
Absolutely. So now you saying Michael Strahan, you going to play for Prime, son. You going to play for Eddie George. Now, again, you got to get them dudes to understand when they go to that level, bro, the facilities ain't up to par. This may not be this may not be that. But that's why you here. That's why you here. If you want all that stuff, you need to go be the head coach at Georgia. But you can't get that job. So come here, sharpen your blade right now down here, and use your celebrity to bring money in. Get some of these people, get out their ass and give some money and put some support in like those other universities do. Because in the black community, we got enough money, Hatter. There's enough black folks in Houston that went to TSU and Prairie View to put some money into those programs. I'm telling you right now, it's just not innate in us to give to a university. I'm just telling you, it's just not. Don't ask me why.
And Chris, I got to go here, Chris, because I tried to not go here, but I tried to. Jimmy, I was over here feeling and praying, but Chris, I'm sitting here watching some of this happening. I'm watching voter rights being taken away from us in some of these states like Alabama, Georgia, and we even got Tommy Tuberville in Georgia, who made his fortune with black players playing for him, and now he get to Congress and vote against the rights of the people who made him his fortune. Y'all got I'm not gonna get emotional about this, y'all.
I work with him at Texas Tech, Hatter.
Uh,
I was a head basketball coach. He's a head football coach.
I'm just talking. We're obviously, Jimmy, at a point that a lot of white people in this country, not all of them, don't respect our community. They don't respect us as people. And the way you have to fight this, you have to hit them in their pockets. What do you see these guys getting all these contracts? Kip Kelly, Lincoln Riley. Go look at the
Hatter. You know what they did? They bought both of Lincoln Riley houses, $500,000 over market, and bought him a $6 million house in LA. Did you hear what I just said, Jimmy?
Yeah. Guess what? We heard it, but guess what? We talked about it on the show yesterday. But guess what? You wasn't here yet. But we talked about. But I'm glad you reiterated because some people might be on today. But y'all, the only time you get their attention is with money. We just don't seem to want to do it. Chris just told you you have a choice between a black and a white agent. You still don't you know that dude there ain't gonna fight for your rights? Do you think Wild Palinka was in the Black Lives Matter protest? Let me pipe down again. Hey y'all, some kind of way. I know everybody said we can't get together, but we got to come together and do something about this. I'm gonna give you an example. I read the Forbes magazine the other day, Jimmy. This gonna get you, Jimmy. That had the top 25 universities in the United States of America that benefits financially from athletics. Chris, this right up your alley. Top 25, Forbes magazine. College athletics is a multi-billion-dollar industry. We've been telling y'all that every day. Mark Edwards, I got something else for you. The top 2 schools to benefit. The number 1, A&M. Number 2 is Texas. In the top 10 is Georgia, Alabama, who all rank in the top 10 in the polls. These are the states that's trying to stop you from voting. These are the states that haven't laws. Listen, y'all. Listen, y'all help me out. I'm just finna give y'all the information. Jimmy, watch the feed and find out because I'm finna give them some more information. When you turn the channel, you see on the weekend nothing but black bodies on that field. The linemen, the quarterback, the running backs, the linebackers.
The whole defense.
Kim Jackson, she have her OU shirt on every day. Talking about Lincoln, go Oklahoma. Nothing wrong with that. Let me tell you something. A game, it was a game last week, Maryland and Baylor, women's basketball. 10 people, women on the court. All 10 girls were African American. Why do we allow our kids to represent these schools? I'm asking y'all. I'm just asking a question.
Hatter, you know the answer. Why are you asking the question? You know the answer. It's rhetorical.
Okay.
I said the other day, I'm going to let you get back to it.
Okay.
If every black athlete says, you know what? We're not playing. Because you know where it happened? At the University of Missouri. They say we're not going to the bowl game. They fired the AD. They fired the president. They fired everybody. And guess who stood by him? The lame duck coach now. Because he was lame duck. He probably would not have done it
if he wasn't lame duck.
Had he not been lame duck. But he stood by him because he was mad because they were firing him.
Right.
And they fired everybody. Here's the problem though. Here's the catch. What do black people all think that's gonna happen when they go to schools like that?
We're going pro.
There we go. And that's why it can't happen.
Okay.
Lottery tickets. We all buying lottery tickets.
My question again, Jimmy, I want people's input on this one because this been bothering me. Why do we allow our kids to represent these schools? I'm finna break it down to you what's happening, y'all. When they don't even allow us to vote, they're trying to make sure you can't vote, ladies and gentlemen. And why can't we say, when are we going to get in leadership? Have our kids, hold up, Jimmy, this going to help you. Have of your kids enter the damn transfer portal in these redneck ass states and boycott these states athletically. They're going in the transfer portal anyway. Have them go. If you're good enough to play for Texas, you can play for HBCU. You can go play for a team up there in New York.
But how does that's HBCUs in those states too, though? So how would you attack that?
Okay, thank you, Chris. Thank you, Chris. Like I said, you can play in New York because they ain't trying to suppress your votes up there. And y'all, I'm talking about voting right now because voting is very important. Because if y'all hadn't voted that damn fool, not vote for him and vote that damn fool in the office, we wouldn't have had these three justices that's finna change. Roe versus Wade is about to be changed as you know it, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies. Roe versus Wade. All you ladies tell me I ain't voting for Hillary. Roe versus Wade, because y'all put that handmaiden and let Trump put that handmaiden, I forgot her name, Barrett, on that damn bench.
Amy Coney Barrett.
Hey, voting is important. Okay. The money, ladies and gentlemen, I've been in this bid for 30 years. The money will follow the talent. The money from the networks, it's all the financial stuff, it follows the talent. Let Texas start out winning one game a year and 2 games a year.
Won't be on TV no more.
Guess what? Them boosters in them schools, they going to call them people in the government. They're going to call the U.S. Senator. They're going to call everybody they know and get on that phone. They're going to answer the phone for them because they finance the campaigns. Listen, y'all, I'm just giving y'all some stuff that y'all ain't going to get on CNN.
You made a great point yesterday, though. We talking about paying players. Is that, again, I still think there's some culpability with the schools. But you say when Jumbo Fisher, Jimbo, whatever his name is, makes $9 million, that's boosters kicking that money in.
Yes.
That's not just the school.
That's not the school.
That's boosters.
They get it, Jimmy, they get in the corner. Jimmy, just like you went, Jimmy, I got an example you going to bring. Just like you called up Hamp and all of them said, man, let's get these damn uniforms for these kids. That's what they do.
Yeah, they're gonna say how much it costs.
How much it costs
when they need them by. You know,
let's gap that thing up. How y'all say, Jimmy? Let's gap that thing up. That's how they talk.
And yes, and that's why I went to the game last night to watch Cashmere and Booker T. Washington. I could have been a ton of other places, but I wanted to see how those kids looked in those uniforms.
Did you take a picture? Did you take a picture of them?
I didn't take a picture of them. I didn't take a picture of them. Okay. I plan on seeing them again.
But
at the same time, that was one of the main reasons.
Because I ain't going to
got uniforms. 2 uniforms for the varsity and uniforms for the freshmen. The whole program is outfitted with uniform.
Awesome.
And we got this stuff done in 2 weeks. And that's the whole thing. I always tell about giving back. So that's why I'm really a whole different topic. But, and they sit there and try to,
But back to this, Jim. Back to this. Them congressmen, they don't take the message. You know, Chris Walker called one of them congressmen. They tell them to take a message. They don't do that for these boosters. These boosters fund their campaigns, y'all. When these schools start losing because of lack of black athletes, mamas and daddies, listen to me. Then you'll get their attention. People can talk to the governors, Chris Walker. And what you got it.
Dude, you know who appoints the regents in state universities?
The governor.
The governor. The governor appoints the regents. Guess who signs off on these major contracts? The Jimbo Fisher and Sarkeesian. The
Board of Regents. And I'm curious about y'all perspective on this. I'm just giving y'all information that it's been festering in me for years. I think we are at a point where we got to start asking, Chris, ourselves, what are the consequences that we extract as a people when our people are making choices that align and supporting that system? What do we do with our people that keep sending these kids to these schools? A lot of people tried to boycott the NFL with Colin Kaepernick year, and perhaps that was just a moment before its time, because everybody wasn't galvanized on it. But Chris just mentioned something greatly. The University of Missouri players, when they say they wasn't playing, guess what happened? Chris, They didn't play, and the racial justice move that they were trying to make were made on that campus, ladies and gentlemen. See, they don't want to talk about that too much. I'm glad Chris brought it up again because those are examples of what we can do. We need to be talking to folks who have the ability. Come on, Chris. Come on.
But Hatter,
come on.
but here's the word though. When you talk about the civil rights movement, right? It takes sacrifice. Somebody's got to be willing to lose something for the other generation to gain something. That's what we're talking about. But we think today, because we can go buy a pair of Tom Ford shoes, and because we can drive a Cadillac or a Mercedes, that there's still not a struggle. Or Obama been president, a struggle doesn't exist anymore. And they steady making millions.
Chris, it's a dude told me, man, voting ain't important.
Oh my God.
I told this is what I told him. Well, why 400 and some bills has been introduced around the damn country after that, the suppression.
No, I got a better one for you when you say that next time.
Okay.
Why is voting not important? Why all the millionaires want to be in politics? If voting's not important.
Well, if it's not important, then why they spend so much money and resources to try to keep you from voting?
Exactly.
If it's not important. Then
I got a solution, Chris. I got a solution, Jimmy. Not a solution, but I got a request. We need to start, and Chris, we talked about this on the show before, and I got this from me and you when we talk. We need to start talking to the folks who have the ability to choose which school they're going to.
Absolutely.
We need to be clear. When you go to these schools, you're basically supporting the regime. You're supporting the same thing that oppressing you. You have to start to make connections between, ladies and gentlemen, between politics of the state and the school, who is the primary beneficiary of the policies of the state. Always remember that. I know some of us don't. I'm going to so-and-so. I'm going to Bama. I'm going to Bama.
Yeah, don't. That's crazy.
That school is one of the most primary beneficiaries from the state. And who runs the state? The politicians and the government. In funding and supporting the policies.
But it's a tall order. How do you telling the kid from Miami not to go to Florida State when they got that clown as a governor? Like you telling the kid not to go to Gainesville.
I understand. I know what I know the task. That's why I'm talking to you, brilliant people. I know the task, and we support. Think about this, y'all. If we have young people who are good enough to play at these schools, mamas and daddies, and these schools in the states that are ending our voting rights. Let me repeat that, Jimmy. I think that went over their head. Where my sound? I got to give me a sound effect for this one. I messed up my sound, Jimmy. My stuff all over. Thank you, Chris. Hold on, Chris. Hold on. I like this one, Chris.
There you go.
Like idea. If we have young people who are good enough to play at these schools, and these schools are in states that are ending our voting rights, these kids are empowering not just the police, but the white vigilantes that taking our lives. Rittenhouse. There should be a mass exodus out of these schools. I'm just throwing it out there, y'all.
That's revolutionary.
I know we talk about HBCUs, but we got to talk to the next crop of athletes. We ain't gonna get these guys here. We got to get them while they're young, Chris. We have as adults, we're not as adults doing enough conversations like this here to encourage these young athletes to make difficult choices. Coach,
but where would they forget about the kids having this conversation?
Where the mamas?
Where the parents having it at?
That's what I'm saying, Chris. I'm giving them the game right now, Chris. Right. I'm giving them. But keep going.
But what I'm saying is, see, the crux of the matter, and again, that's why I wrote about it. If you pick it up, the elephant in our room.
Yes,
you
sir.
can talk about the wolf all you want. The wolf is trying to eat the sheep. The sheep got to get together and be like, yo, man, what we gonna do? You gonna go be friends with them dudes?
Speak to me.
Because we are so fearful. Even Jimmy's situation with certain people competing against him. Now, Jimmy wants to be what they call it, a monopoly, which is not possible. He's got to understand that other people want a piece of the action too. But I will say this about Jimmy: he tries to be fair and bring people along. And when you do that, that gives people an opportunity to go try to do their own thing. But they got to do it with respect. You know what I'm saying, Jim? They got to do it with respect. Because when somebody said the other day that I say, well, Jimmy having a such and such. Well, why are y'all having? Well, we can't get no scorekeepers. Well, because they doing it on the same day. Why are they doing it on the same day? How's that benefiting the city? I don't get that. Why can't they do it different? How is that benefiting the city? It made no. I say, what? Like, why do that? What's the point? It's not Burger King, McDonald's, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get it. Aside from that, my point is, we have this problem. I honestly believe this. I'm telling you right now, I honestly believe this.
Come on.
And Jimmy's one of those guys. He don't want nothing from nobody. He might get a free hotel room here and there, but he's a giver. Hatter, you always trying to make things happen. We always talking about stuff. I tell people this all the time. I will do anything for you. I don't want nothing for you. I got a much better benefactor upstairs that if I do for you, he gonna do for me. I'm not transactional. I'm transformative. How can I help you change your life? How can I help you change your situation? Because you can't do it for me, right? You can't. You can't do it for me. Because as the scripture said, God controls what? The heart of the king, okay? So I'm going to use him. You can use me. I'm going to use him. So what I'm saying is, when it comes to us, right, we misuse each other. We don't know how to use each other, Hatter. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. We're so afraid of the next dude. You know what people are afraid of that drives me crazy? Jimmy Hicks has a talent. Look, I know basketball back and forth. But I'm not and I've been a recruiter for a long time. But I ain't never ran no scouting service. Right. So I could easily set up shop and then be like, yo, man, let me get these scouting service, man. I mean, shit, Jimmy played baseball. He don't know. But you know what I do? You can tell Jimmy all day long, Jimmy, what I do? I'm always going to try to help Jimmy Hicks. I don't have no problem with Jimmy getting his. I want him to get as much as possible. Hey, who we need to call, man? Who we need to get to? All right, he coming to town? All right, well, damn, hold on. Let me make sure you take your scouting service. So I don't ask Jimmy. I don't ask for nothing. You gotta know your lane in life, man. And then because Jimmy has a specific talent I don't have, I don't need to be jealous of him. And if that specific talent pays him millions of dollars, God bless him. Guess what I need to go do? Find my
talent.
What's my talent? And guess what? I don't get mad at people. I'm not mad at certain people because they're born into wealth.
No, me either.
That's the luck of some. Don't be mad at this dude because he can run a 4.4. You know what I'm saying? Because he can sing, guess what? The world pays attention to him or gives him certain advantages because they have certain talents. They shouldn't be punished for having talent. What is your damn talent? And your damn talent may only pay $60,000 a year, but at least maximize that instead of being jealous and trying to keep everybody else down. Because we need all type of people up the ladder to make the thing work.
Yes.
You know what I mean? The CEO ain't nothing about to do without the dude in the mailroom.
Hello?
I'm just telling you. But the dude in the mailroom, he can't be mad at the CEO because he went to Columbia and he did this and he did that. Man, screw that dude. Homeboy, you don't know what that dude done went through in his life, man.
Chris,
to get to where he is.
Chris, I'm glad you brought that up. I'll never forget this company. I'm not going to call it name. When I first got to Houston, I went to work with this company. And, I'm an executive. I'm an educated guy. And the first day, Jimmy, guess what they had me doing? First day, my job was to work. I had to go. I was an executive. I had to work in the mailroom the first week. And
I was going to say lick envelopes. I envelopes.
I had to work in the mail. Guess why he wanted? He said he wanted us to respect what those people were doing down there. And let me tell you something. That was the best lesson I had. I never forget it. I never forget this pulling up. And I used to have to park on the front. Up at the top, and I used to see his name on his name on this parking space. Jimmy, if you go to our office in Memphis, I promise you, if somebody park in my damn parking space, tow their ass away, because I swear, I always say I worked this hard to get that parking space. Don't park in my space. But Chris, if we haven't paved the way for them, we haven't been talking to these parents about this. If in some ways, as much as I agree, we are also asking these young athletes to take it on the chin.
Exactly.
So, something for which we might not have done the best job of preparing them for.
No question.
Young people don't know what they don't know.
Hatter, how many parents talk to their kids about the importance of voting?
I don't know.
How many of them?
I can't tell you.
We're just talking about it in the boom room.
I don't know.
Like look in the mirror.
I can't tell you. I know I do.
You check the reflection, look in the mirror, check the reflection, and honestly take self-inventory and ask yourself how many actually talk to your friends, your colleagues, your church-going mates, right? You can cry, Lord, Lord, all you want. You better go to that voting box. And what I'm saying is that's a part of it. How many of y'all actually talk to your children about the importance of voting? Because here's the thing, Hatter, a lot of us don't want to talk about what happened in the past. You know what Jewish people will never let you forget?
The Holocaust.
We want to forget slavery.
No, sir.
We want to forget it like it didn't exist.
No, sir.
As soon as we reach a certain measure of success, well, that doesn't affect me. My kids went to Hillman. We don't have to deal with that. Hold up.
Mike, hold up.
We go Huxtable. We go Mr. Huxtable on them.
No, you can personalize it. I don't mind. My son went to Cornell. Hell
yeah.
No. Hey, we went there for a reason. If I knew what I knew now, maybe we would have made it. I don't know. But Chris, I was thinking about this, Chris. I'm telling y'all, it's up to us as adults, y'all, to put these things out to them. I'm sure if we if we help them connect the dots, Jimmy, get your word, Jimmy, if we help these kids connect the dots, they would make decisions that would benefit themselves and benefit their community. They didn't know. They just thinking, man, we haven't groomed them. You remember I told you my son, he think he made the choice to go to Cornell? No.
Family decision, bro.
I groomed him.
Yes,
He made the decision, Chris. He talking about.
He got prod. He got poked and prodded.
Yes, he got prodded.
You were the guiding light. Yeah, he was the ship, but you were the star.
Yeah,
you was the moon.
But guess what, y'all? It's time for us to teach our young people that they have power. They have no idea how much power they have. They have billions and billions of dollars in their hands and their bodies. Go look at the show tonight. Go watch the tube when Chris is on tonight. Look at the most people that's in there, that most of them black. Let's help our young kids realize this, Chris. And guess what? And they could be crucial and instrumental in helping make differences in how we are treated as people, y'all. That's in our community. I'm getting tired how people just consist common sense. Man, you can have a hunting license, but you can't have no voter ID, what you call it? Student ID. You can't have no student ID. You go to college, you can't have no student, but you can have a hunting license because most of them hunt. Yo, these young people.
Institutional, man. It's institutional, it's systemic. And again, Hatter, as you're saying, everybody, you have to educate yourself on this process. It's nothing wrong. It's as soon as we hear the word educate, black people turn in and get the hives, Jimmy. Oh, I got to read something? Oh, no, I don't want to do that. It don't take no less. Listen, what's the instructions to use TikTok? I'm just saying, like, we can.
I ain't got it.
Rich, boy. I'm just telling you. But the minute we try to sit down and say, hey, man, this might help you in the long run. It ain't going to help you. It may not help you in the short run. It may only benefit Jimmy Hicks in the short run. It may only benefit Jimmy. Are you okay with that? It may benefit you in the long run, but in the short run, Jimmy gonna be blessed by it. Because see, some people got to be okay with being offensive linemen. They can't all be Tom Brady. But without that offensive lineman, ain't no Tom Brady. See, well, that's what we can't do.
I think we can do something. I think we can do something, Chris. I think even if we're not, listen to me, even if we're not able to convince all of the top athletes to go somewhere, my background to change. This is a conversation we have to start having now. I ain't saying it's going to happen. Chris just told you it might be. I'm looking at the long game. It's not fair for a young person to say, you just got a full ride to this #1 school. It just happened to be the #1 school in the state that hate black people. And all of their policies that reflect that they hate black people. So you can't go. It's hard to tell that guy. You can't just say that now. We have to build this into their consciousness. Like I prodded Robert, I groomed him. This is why waiting for all our kids are in college to have this conversation on race. Chris just said it. From a critical perspective. If you're waiting that long, it's a disservice to them. I ain't saying you're wrong. Just the other day, Chris, just this morning, Chris, last night, I text my son and my daughter on a group text. I was thinking about, the day is December the 1st. I know we had 24 days before Christmas. Christmas. So I sent a text to him. I said, dude, y'all, let's do this. Let's every day. It's our challenge. Every day. It's 24 books in the book of Luke. It's 24 chapters. Every day, let's read a chapter a day for the first 20, right before Christmas Eve. And you will learn a lot more about who the guy y'all celebrating on the 25th. It ain't for everybody. Some people, I'm just saying, this is what we're doing. This the kind of stuff you can use that example.
That's leadership, though, Hatter. That's leadership.
I got to, man. I ain't never did that.
That's leadership. That's all that is. But here's the thing. Like, even again, because you look at the landscape, you talk about the black players and where they're going.
Yes.
If I said to Jimmy Hicks, Jimmy, in the country right now, there are X number of writers in the country that profit, right, whether they have any knowledge or not, off writing stories, getting hits, Instagram, likes, whatever you want to call it, crap, Twitter, whatever, or NBA teams paying them. Jimmy, if I said to you, Jimmy, how many of those guys are African American? Talking about our kids, right? A guy like Jimmy Hicks, who's in that space, in that media space, because I'm not in that space. How many guys of influence are like Jimmy Hicks? I heard somebody the other day, I almost fell out of my chair. And I'm not chopping Jimmy up when I say this. This particular person got a McDonald's vote and Jimmy don't have one. I couldn't believe it. I said, whoa, what? I said, in the state of Texas, if you're African American, there's only two dudes that should have a McDonald's vote or close to it. That's Alan Branch and Jimmy Hicks. Mm-hmm. And Jimmy know who I'm talking about. They gave this dude the McDonald's vote. And I almost fell out of my chair when I heard it. I said,
Jimmy don't like McDonald's. Jimmy be going.
It don't matter.
Jimmy be going to Whataburger too damn much. That's what they.
You understand?
No, just kidding. I know. I'm messing.
I'm used to.
Yeah, exactly. But my point is, in the media space, Jimmy, how many brothers of influence are there?
Not on the national, not many on the national plane. We talked about this on Monday, and I brought this up, Chris, the same topic. A lot of people may not know this, and that's the thing, and that's why you think and you realize that may be one of the undercurrents why so many of our people, so many of you parents and you grassroots coaches, you're so receptive of some of those other guys on a national scale. They only come see your babies play once a year, but you love them to death. But then the one that see your baby play 10, 20 times, they don't know what they're looking at. But the one that come, think about it. Guys from rivals may come down once a year, maybe twice. And just because they come to the event don't mean they come in to see and paying attention to your babies. That's another thing. So that's something that.
Yeah, but Jimmy, but my thing, what's the stigma of how do you feel when you're in that space when you put on these major events and people don't show you they don't realize, you know what, power is something else, Hatter. You know what I'm saying? People really perceive power sometimes is greater than power itself.
Yes. Yes.
Because people think somebody got power and they sell out to it, right? And then as Jimmy said, yeah, exactly. And then when the lights come on, they run and hide.
Yeah.
Because they bought that bad dope. You see what I'm saying, Jimmy?
Yeah.
It's
all the time.
All the time. So my thing is, but that's again, when we talk about going back to voting, going back to knowing what it takes to get a scholarship, instead of being embarrassed about not being recruited, understand what being recruited means and work towards that end. Instead of going out there lying and saying, oh, we get recruited by this person, that person, trying to get people to jump on board or sending out or being on Instagram doing X, Y, and Z. You know what I call dudes that put these highlights on Instagram when they know they can't play? It's like that girl putting a filter on. I'm like, girl, why you got that filter on? That ain't you. It's the same thing when they put them highlights on Instagram, knowing they can't. I'm like, dude, what are you doing, man? Like, why are you inviting that type of heat when you know that's not who you are? You just played 40 minutes and made 2 plays. You made 2 shots and you missed 15. Stop that. But that's the world we live in. Just add water. Sprinkle dust. We live in a sprinkle dust society. Well, I can just put some dust on it, and I can do the same thing Jimmy doing. I can put some dust on it. I can be a sports contract advisor just like Hatter, or I can put some sprinkles dust, and I can be just as good a coach as Chris Walker, even though he coached 25 years. That's the world we live in, guys.
And talk about my son. Talk about my son tomorrow on your show.
Can we talk about him when he do bad?
Oh, hell no.
Because he gonna do bad more than he do good.
Oh, hell no.
I'm telling you.
They don't want you to say nothing about that, boss. No.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, I can't imagine being Jimmy, like you got to tiptoe around when you walk in the gym. Everybody know who you are, right? Some people gonna acknowledge it. Some people don't. And what they don't realize is if that dude is your ally, see, people don't understand politics, Hatter. See, I understand politics. No permanent enemy, no permanent friend, just permanent interests, right? In the land of blind people, if your enemy got an eye, guess what? He your friend now. Do you understand that? He your friend now. He's not your enemy no more.
I like that one.
I'm just saying, people don't understand. If Jim Hicks walks into the gym, you need that to be your ally. Because here's what people don't understand. Jimmy Hicks don't win if Houston don't win. I'm watching Indiana play last night.
Wow.
Miller Kopp on the floor. Man, I thought Miller Kopp was terrible. Miller Kopp done got a scholarship at Northwestern, and now he at Indiana. What does it benefit Jimmy Hicks to chop up Miller Kopp? Do you understand that? I remember Xavier Wheeler was 2 feet tall.
Yeah.
What does it benefit Jimmy Hicks to say, oh man, he's too little, man, he'll never. What does it benefit him?
That's
His job to be a champion of Houston kids. Do you understand that? So
you know what?
Houston,
In the parent last night, maybe she got me mixed up with Jimmy. You know, I had the mask on, I had my hood on. Maybe she thought She thought I was a little light skinned. I ain't had my glasses on last night, Jimmy. Maybe, but she, she didn't make me mad, but she just girl, Robert Hatter being in here benefits your damn son. I don't have to be there. Your son might do something and I can tell somebody, I don't care how many scholarships he got. But guess what? What if I was a butthole like the rest of these folks? I'd hold that against you and call your name out on this air and tell every college coach, don't mess with him. He got a crazy ass mammy. He got a crazy
Listen,
but I ain't gonna do that.
They got the B word mixed up. They think it's about their baby. What they don't understand is it's about business. Ooh. It ain't about your baby. Ooh. It's about business. Ooh. When them college coaches spend money on a private jet to come see somebody, that ain't about your baby. Because as soon as they get out that jet, they going to see somebody else. It's about business.
Explain to them. Hold on.
They going to show you the next through the scholarship too.
Can I break it down a little bit? Them two pilots that had to fly, that's business.
Getting business.
The hotel that the pilots had to stay in overnight with you, business, and you got to stay. That's business. That rental every time.
Is money changing hands, Jimmy? Yes or no? Is money changing hands at some point in this situation?
Absolutely.
That's business.
Think about it. And and maybe it was in fun because she wasn't bad and what, but I just want the parents to understand, y'all. I ain't coming out there to talk about your son. I came out there to see Money Mike. And I happened to see, and thank God I went out there, Jimmy, because guess what? Ain't nobody talking about them Bryce and Caden. I ain't see no Bryce and Caden tweets last night, Jimmy. Robert Hatter talked about him on a show that 50,000 people a month gonna view on this show. Caden Tate and Bryce Jackson. That's the value. You think I'm gonna come out here? I know why you came out here thinking we gonna lose.
She might have been messing with you, Hatter.
No, but guess what?
Them jugs come all the time. I get those jugs from people when I go in the gym. I get
Chris,
y'all in the media, man.
I'm a spirit-filled man, right?
People that don't want to say, from people that don't have it inside of them to just say, how you doing?
Yes.
Thank you for what you did. That's their way of saying hello.
Thank you for coming and see my damn son. I looked at the mileage. It was 38, but it was 38 in the beginning. But 38 going one way and 38 going back.
And in Houston, that's all highway. So that's a long way.
Yes.
Clarence Harris said, y'all
ain't nobody getting sensitive. Clarence Harris, he the most sensitive thing. Anytime I say something, he be on here. I didn't mean it that way. Man, get out of here. But guess what? No. What's wrong with saying thank you for coming and see my son?
Hatter, they don't understand being on the right side of politics. If you wanted something done in the city and you go to the mayor and the mayor gets it done for you, you know what that's called? Being on the right side of politics.
Right.
Stop trying to go against the grain.
It's crazy, Joe.
Here's the yellow brick road to the Wizard. The Wizard of Oz is the only way you can get back to Kansas. Here's the yellow brick road. And if you watch that movie, she only had problems when she did what? Got off that damn road.
And guess what? The smartest person in the movie was Toto. He the one found that clown behind. Everybody else was blinded except Toto. It's a great message, y'all. One of these days, I'm going to give y'all the message from the Wizard of Oz that's going to blow. That's why the Wiz came in and redid that other stuff. The Wiz is different from the Wizard of Oz. That's why we need to watch the Wiz and not Judy Garland. Okay. One of these days,
had a whole lot of people in that Boomer Room probably going like, "What's the Wiz? Cheese Whiz?" They probably don't even know. They probably don't know what the Wiz is.
They Googling.
You know what I'm saying? With Diana Ross and Michael Jackson.
Chris.
They probably don't. You know, the Wiz used to be a play, and Stephanie. What's her name?
Stephanie Mills was. Yes.
Stephanie Mills, and they got up off that thing to put Diana Ross in there.
Yeah, and Godfrey Holder. Yeah, they
Exactly.
wouldn't let her do the movie because Barry Gordy had to did the movie. That's his gal. Come on, get the hell
Exactly.
out of here.
Yeah.
I'm letting my
Again,
gal
what
play
do
the
we
part.
call it, Jimmy?
Huh?
Being on the right side of what? Politics.
Politics.
Well, that's, and
You can't win. That's my favorite.
No, you can't win. Them
You
pros.
can't get even and you can't get out of the game. Hey, Jimmy, this reminds me of the summer basketball. It's hard to win. We can't win until we change the paradigm.
Can't win. Not gonna happen, man. It ain't enough of us, and we ain't got enough bread. Here's the thing: we are the king of making stars. Megan Thee Stallion. I was in a spin class listening. I'm like, hold on, I'm the only black person in here, and we listen to Megan Thee Stallion. How the hell does that happen?
I mean, she's a guilty pleasure to a lot of white folks.
I'm just telling you, dog. You
Chris.
go to the football, you go to the basketball game. 95% of the people in there are white. And
Chris.
what are they playing? Garth Brooks? Nope.
Chris, I got one better. Chris, I got one better for you, Chris. Chris, I got one better for you, baby boy. Chris, I was around 140,000 people. 1% of us was white. I mean black. I'm sorry. 1% was black. Me, my friends,
And the dudes making the hot dogs.
and guess who walked right down the right past? Meg Thee Stallion. Wow, wham, wham. Hold up. And I didn't see it at first. And she went over there to the Red Bull. Because I'm thinking she Meg Thee Stallion. She finna go over here and hang out with Lewis Hamilton, the only black driver on the paddock. Chris, 140,000 people in there. But 1% of us white. I mean black. I'm keep saying black. White, black. So guess what? Then, Jimmy, you know I got nosy. I did the Jimmy Hicks. I looked on her sleeve of a very seductive outfit. On the sleeve, it was the Cash App symbol. She was there on behalf of Cash App because Cash App is a partner of who? Red Bull and Red Bull race team. So all these white men, 40,000 white people.
140,000.
140,000 white people. And she right there in the mix of it. Shaq is the DJ. Diesel. They call him the Diesel. He was DJing the event. Man, let me tell you something. So guess what, Chris? I understand. You in there with spin class. You the only black. We was a few blacks at this place, and Meg Thee Stallion walked through there and was running that thing.
Listen, they got a doc on next everybody should watch. You know what it's called? They got to have us. Watch it. They got all the celebrities. They got to have us. They can do whatever they want, but they got to have us. And let me make the parallel. Alabama football is great, but they got to what, Hatter? They got to have us. So we have value. We have leverage. The question is, I've never seen a group of people that don't use their leverage like we don't use our leverage. We don't use our leverage. You know why? Because we're afraid to leverage each other. I'm just telling you, we won't do it. We would rather go to the other side. Let me give everybody a nice little piece of information. Okay. Water is wet. Water is wet. Fire is hot. No matter if it's a black person talking about it or a white person talking about it. Water is wet. I'm telling you.
Ice is cold.
So, and ice is cold. And you know what black people are to each other? Gravity. Because we will pull each other down like you wouldn't believe. Yeah. And I know gravity exists. Because I see it I'm like, come on, man. And what I fight against, I swear to God. And if somebody catch me slipping, I try my best. That's why I go out of my way. Man, how can I help you, man? I may not get $1 out of it. What can I do? Because I know the other way, the way we've been conditioned to think, and the way we've been conditioned to act. So I go, think about it. When you go in a restaurant, how to tell me if black folks don't feel this pressure. You in an expensive restaurant or any restaurant, and the bill come. And guess what they do now? You ain't got to get your phone out and look at the tip thing. They got it there for you. 18%, 20%, 22%.
I can't.
That's what they do.
Yeah.
So now as a black person, to be real talk, as a black person, am I in the minority? I feel that pressure. I'm going to give them 25%. I'm not going to sit here in 18, 20. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to let them know, guess what? Black folks tip. But why do I feel that way? Why do I feel that way, Jimmy?
Because
When you go in
historically,
the river, when you go in the River Oaks and you go into that spot across from the Blue Door, whatever that place is called, when you
man, that man, that's so. Hey, he's nasty. Them nasty ass couches you used to be on over there. But keep talking.
no, but
Jimmy done been in there. I know.
Jimmy, what them place? What's the restaurant called?
You talking about
Jimmy,
1919?
No, across from the Blue Door on West Town.
Brazil 1919?
No, Brazil, Brazil 19, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
You know, when you go to the store,
Yeah, Brazil,
You
yeah.
be feeling that pressure, like, oh man, I gotta put up, I gotta give him. Jimmy, you on mute, man. You on mute, Jimmy.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I've been to Brass. That was Todd Freed. That's his regular spot. So a lot of times between shows, like on Thursday or something, me and Todd Freed would go over to Brass 19. Yeah.
So what was you saying about it? What
I'm
about
saying
it?
is, you as a black person, you feel that pressure, like, man, I got to tip because I know, because you know, black folks, you know how it is. Like, man, I ain't tipping these dudes, man. They just doing their job.
Chris, I got a question about the Blue Door. It was the red door one
I don't
time.
know
Why
about
did
the
they
Blue
change?
Door. So
Why did they change the colors of the door, Jimmy?
I don't have no idea.
Jimmy,
I'm not
it was
an
red.
aficionado on the
Jimmy
Blue
was
Door.
the door was red one time, Jimmy.
You know what? I always thought that back in the days, I used to hear people, you know what I'm saying? I always thought like, damn, is it always blue? Made me feel old. Now I understand. I was in my mind.
The red door
I keep
too.
saying Blue Door.
Yeah, they just switched
Okay.
up on us down there.
Yeah. But like getting back on track, man. I mean, this stuff, you know, you guys, bottom line, out there, you know, the moral to it is, guys, you know.
Oh, look, hold up. Jimmy, look what Mindy just said. And I know this true. But I changed it. Me and my crew changed the perspective of Papados and Houston's. We changed the perspective. She said she used to be a hostess at Houston's back in the day. Even the black waiters asked for her not to sit black folks at her table. Black people historically don't tip well. I'm just
Understand something. My belief is this, in my analogy, when I go to restaurants, if black waitresses and black waiters, if you're in that industry right now, or you have a relative in that industry, try this experiment. Have them to try to start treating the black customers as they treat some of those white customers that are sitting in the same section. A lot of black folk don't tip well because they feel that you've slighted them, and they're watching how you keying and yes sir boss to the table right next to them, to those other folk. People see that. And so if you try, maybe that might work. I'm not saying
it's still more than that though, Jimmy. It's still more.
Jimmy,
I'm just talking about pushing forward. We can't change the past.
Jimmy.
But I'm talking about pushing forward. If you pay attention, if you're coming up to the table with the angry black man face and the what you want from the woman, like
I don't
usually
what you get that, Jimmy. I don't usually get that. I'm blessed enough. I don't know. Because my daughter said I always try to make people laugh. When the people come to my table, I'm going to say something. They going to be laughing about it. But a perfect example, other night, it was so unique. And at first, I took my daughter and some people to dinner the other night at one of the fine dining halls in the city. And the guy, maybe he the maitre d', maybe he might be the manager. And he came over and he said, "Hey, how y'all doing?" He said, "What's the occasion?" And me, I ain't gonna lie, I kind of felt some type of way. You gotta understand, it's a high dollar place. And maybe he come and ask, it's got to be occasion. I said, "What's the day?" He said, "Friday." I said, "Because it's Friday?" I ain't gonna lie. I said, "That's why I came and brought him out, because it's Friday." But then when I watched him, he did everybody the same way. But Jimmy, I ain't gonna lie, I felt some type of way. It was like you come and ask the black people, what, are they celebrating something? Because we know, what's the day? It's Thursday. Friday, we here. So I ain't gonna lie, I gotta kind of, Jim, you understand what I'm saying, Chris?
Because it was always considered that black folks only went to eat the Luby's on Sundays. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We got money too, man.
Yeah.
You know, we go to some of these restaurants, we in there, you especially if you go down Westheimer, we in Steak 48 and all
Yeah.
these other places just as much as the other culture. I'm telling you, we all in them places.
Right.
Right up there. What's that little area called, Jimmy? We went one time. I mean, I forget the name of that place. I'm like, oh, those are nice places.
Yeah, Highland
We up in
Village.
those-
Highland
what's
Village.
that?
Highland
In the
Village.
village. We in those places just as much as anybody else. In the Galleria. Up in what's that place called? Damn, the Indian spot up top of the little Mexican spot we go to.
Yeah.
We in all them spots, man.
Right.
That's Houston is so diverse, man. People
Yeah,
in Houston
it
have
is.
money, man. They go out to eat. It's a culture. Going out to eat is a culture in Houston.
Yes. Yes.
It's a culture.
Yes.
You know, because it's not like in a city where we got a million things to do. In Houston, I'm not saying you don't have nothing to do other than go to the Texas game or the Astros game, but you know what? Everybody say, man, let's go get something to eat. Let's go watch the game at the sports bar. You know what I mean? Like, that's what people do in Texas.
But
Very
guess what, Chris?
sports-oriented.
And I had to find this out for a friend years ago. I started going to the theater events. It's a lot of stuff that it's great plays and great stuff be happening in that theater that we not even exposed. A friend of mine got bought the pass to go. I saw the Nutcracker. I ain't never in my life thought about going to see the damn Nutcracker and enjoyed myself in the balcony, the special seats in the balcony because I've been exposed to the theater district. So there are some things to do in Houston. We're just not, everybody's not exposed to it. But Sonia, I don't know. I just felt that kind of way. That's why I brought it up, because I just thought he was just thinking the only reason we are here is because there's an event, a special time. No, dude. I said, what day is it? He said, Friday. I said, just because it's Friday, that's why I brought my girls out to eat. So
Look what Otha Brown said. You're treated better when you're wearing a white tie versus a white T-shirt. Wearing a white T-shirt.
wearing a tie.
That's another thing that drives me crazy. Treating
Yeah.
people based on the way they dress. That is something I learned in San Francisco. Like literally, like I'm never letting anybody tell me how to dress when I want to go somewhere. Because I know the people that have real money, they don't tell them how to dress. Right or wrong, Hatter? If you got real money, they don't tell you what to wear. You can wear whatever you want to wear.
I promise you, I learned a valuable lesson about that. I met at the Forum Club. You know, when the Lakers used to play in the Forum, I used to be out there with Robert Earl, and I came early, Chris. The players be there early, so I just go in the Forum Club and eat. I'm in there suited down because I know me and Rob going out after the game, right? Chris, Tom Cruise, and what's his wife, the one that looks
Nicole Kidman.
Nicole Kidman. Tom had a t-shirt and some nasty looking ass jeans on. Nicole Kidman had a broadcloth, like a straight down dress because she's skinny, a broadcloth dress, plain as hell. And I sit there and said, damn, they ain't dressed like nothing. And then I took a trip to Aruba, get off the plane, it's a long strip and you got the water on the left and the land on the right. You go to Aruba, I saw this big old yacht. I'm nosy. I want to know who the yacht people is. I go and ask them people who yacht that was. It was Tom Cruise yacht, bigger than 10 houses. So evidently he just didn't, that night he didn't want to put on no clothes.
No, but that's something that's projected on black folks. Every time you go, man, the dress code. Or to keep us out, right? But even the black clubs do it to us. Hey, man, you can't wear. Well, hold on, man. Rockaware making all this money off us, and you tell me I can't wear them? Hold on, man. You telling me Jordan making all this money off me, and I can't wear my Jordans inside? Dude, I'm telling you, that stuff drives me abs. You go to San Francisco and places like that, man, you can wear them tech.
They don't care.
Wear whatever you want.
They don't care.
If you got a suit on, they don't let you in. Man, you overdressed, man. You don't need to come in here, man.
Hey, let's not talk about San Francisco. Me and Jimmy had the time of our life in that moment. In that spot one time. Hey, let's not talk. I love that
But
shit.
I'm just saying that we always doing that. Dude, we was out in New York the other day, man.
Uh-huh.
And this doorman, like you gotta understand New York doorman culture.
Oh my God. Tell them, Chris.
Oh my God, it'll make you want to slap your mama. I'm telling you, the way these dudes be handling you is and I don't care who you are.
Yes.
You get some dude, some big old buff dude
Yes.
probably making $2 an hour, handling you like you a little dog at the kennel, and you about to go see the youth. I mean, it is crazy the way they do you, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
They won't let you in. You be sitting outside. They'll look at you like you just like a piece of doo-doo on the ground. I mean, it's crazy the way that the culture is. And what I'm saying is they will pick anything. Nah, man, we're not letting guys in with white shoes tonight. What? They will say anything. Nah, man, what kind of jeans are those? Nah, man, if you're wearing jeans, you can't get in tonight. They will do that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, it's 3 of y'all? Oh, man, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
If you had 2 girls with you, it'd be all right. But
Yeah.
can't come in.
They don't want no. They
man,
don't.
I'm telling you right now, man, them dudes, you can't say in New York, man, we going here tonight. You got to have about 3 or 4 spots. I don't know if we're going to be able to get in here. Or you better learn that handshake. And it's a very expensive handshake.
Oh, Chris, young fella told me. He said, Dad, he said, I got a new spot. The Soho, I got a spot.
That's my spot.
Hold up. No. He got a spot over the Soho. Oh, yes. Okay.
Well, zero bond?
No, he said, he didn't tell me. He said, Dad, Soho is the JV now.
Oh, I don't know about that one. But keep going.
I'm telling you, they got a new one, Chris. They got a new one, man. Them folks.
Let me tell you how cold New York is, right?
Uh-huh.
So there's a place called Zero Bond. It's a membership only. Houston tried to do that. They had the place out in Center City. Remember the cigar bar in Center City by the Ferrari place?
Yeah,
they tried to do that back in the day.
Yeah.
They tried to do that. Didn't work, right? Because I don't know if Houston is that type of culture. Which Houston would be great for, so everybody can stay out of Davenports and 15. To give them somewhere else to go for people that want to hang around a certain type of people. That's why they do this stuff.
That's right.
This place Zero Bond. So if you go to Soul House, you have to pay a membership fee. It's $4,000 a year. But you still, that $4,000 don't get you number entry. You know how it works out, right? And then you got to pay
for everything else.
A gin and tonic could cost you freaking $25, but you got to pay for everything on top of that. So there's another place called Zero Bond. So they got 3 of those in New York, and they got them all over the world. So this is how cold these places are, bro. If you 28 and under, it's $2,200 to be a member, $500 initiation fee. Let me tell you how cold it is. If you over 28, right, it's a $3,000 membership fee and a $1,000 one-time initiation fee. If you 48 and over, it's $4,000 to join and a $5,000 initiation fee. What are they saying, Jimmy?
They don't want y'all old ass in there.
No, but if you in there though, what they thinking though?
The old dude got bread.
Got bread.
That's what they saying, Jimmy. The old dude got bread.
I was like, you got to be
Jimmy. Guess who's a member, Jimmy? Steve Ballmer's a member. Doc Rivers a member.
Unbelievable. I couldn't believe what I was reading. I said, hold on. Initiation fee is $1,000, go from $500 to $1,000 to $5,000. Now, I'm not trying to, at Women Rock Wednesday, I'm not trying to be a misogynist here. How many women paying that $5,000 hat at 40 and over?
I ain't paying. Guess what?
Women. How many women gonna do that?
Ain't many, but guess what? I might pay.
All the dudes gonna be in there.
Yeah.
I'm telling you,
the girls gonna get in there.
Goes there, what's she thinking? Oh, if he in here, because I know what it costs to get in here. Who is that dude? But see, in New York, you don't have parking. See, in New York, you don't have parking lot pimping.
So they don't know what kind of car you in.
They don't know what kind of car. It's not like LA. It's not like Houston where everybody got to drive a car and they put their little lights on. And they park their car outside. That don't work in New York.
No, sir.
You got dudes got hundreds of $1 million riding the subway and Ubers.
Repeat that. I'm
just telling you right now. They ride buses. They ride water taxis. They ride Ubers. They ride trains. That's how it work out here. So you don't know who got what out here. In LA and Houston, everybody put their mojo in their car. Don't work like that here. I'm just letting you know it don't work like that here. It's a different game here, you know? And so my thing is, again, you just don't understand. You don't see where it's coming. So they do stuff like that to thin the herd real quick. Listen, man, I'm going to tell you something. You go to one of them clubs here where they ain't number models in, you ain't getting in. They will. Man, I'm telling you what I know, bro. Nah, homeboy, you don't. Nah, you ain't coming here.
And Jimmy, you want to get in there because you know them models in there, Jimmy.
Get in. They will look at you. Look, I thought it was in the movies.
No.
I'm talking about little 5'2" dudes look at you, look up and down. Homeboy, you can't get in here. You got to be real strategic. Man, let me go grab me a couple of these 6'2" girls, about 3 of these 6'3" girls, and we going to walk up in this joint.
You in there then, baby.
And you still may cost you $300-$400.
Oh, yeah, it's going to cost you.
I'm just telling you what you're dealing with here.
Hey,
it's insane.
They going to get that $200-$300 out of you, Jimmy. Quick.
I'll be that a night. I'll be that a night. But what I'm saying is...
Hey, you ain't telling me, Jimmy, I don't see how them people get no work done. Because every time I talk to Robin, they ain't one of them places.
Because this is
how do y'all work?
Hatter, you don't understand. This is what you got to understand about New York, right? You got to understand. And why the places, you can spend a lot of money living in a small place. The city, I'm going to do it like this here, right? This right here I'm about to show you right here, this is your living room, Hatter. This is your living room. That's how it works here. The city is your living room. The space you live in don't matter. You have to be social to make it here. You understand that? If you have to get out, you can't sit at home because the money is out there in the streets. You have to be social. If you live in New York, there's no reason to live out here, pay all that money to live in these high-ass expensive places if you're not gonna go out there and go chase the money down. Go live in Florida, go live in Houston. That's where you need to go live in Missouri. But when you come here, right, ain't no dolphins here, ain't no sharks here.
And if you can make it there, you can make it anywhere.
That is a very true statement. Trust me on that. So now it's a lot of tricksters out here. Don't get me wrong now. It's a lot of David Copperfields. I'm gonna call them a lot of Warren Copperfields out here. It's a lot of dudes out here faking the funk. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day,
wait a minute, where do they stay? The dudes is faking it funk. Where the hell do they live? Cause dude, everything hides
Brooklyn and the Bronx.
What?
They in Brooklyn and the Bronx because they in Harlem. They ain't in Manhattan. That's for damn sure. They not in Manhattan. No, they ain't in Manhattan. No, they not in Manhattan. They in Brooklyn, Bronx, Yonkers. What?
Hey,
I'm
Chris.
keeping it 100 with you.
I'm sitting there, but Clarence Harris. Clarence Harris have no idea of who in the hell he talking to. He said, he said something real slick, Chris. He said, Hatter, you look like they hurt your feelings before. No, Clarence Harris. I look back at the people they were hurting their feelings as I was walking through the door. Because I care about my people. I was looking at those. Yes, they hurt my feelings. They didn't let them guys in. I'm always gonna get in.
Yo, I don't know what Bate talking about. She said they got right here in Houston. No. There's a major difference between New York and Houston, Texas. Point blank, period. Give me a break.
Say it again, Chris. What you say?
There's a major difference between Houston, Texas, and New York City. There is a ridiculous difference.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. That's not even enough for discussion. That's not good for discussion.
Hey, Terry Moe said his son just moved to New York. Boy, your son, if he's going to survive there, a lot of people move there, Jimmy, but they get their ass up out of there.
Terry, if your son got a couple of bucks, tell him to holler at me. If he broke, don't call me.
You know what, man? You sound like Lil Rock. Oh, hold on. Hey, Chris. Hey, Jimmy.
If he got a couple of bucks, holler at me.
Hey, Jimmy. I don't like that shit. I don't like what Chris just said.
I'm not a sponsor.
No, Chris. I don't like what you just said. Think about Jimmy. Jimmy, listen to me and listen to why I don't like this. When friends of mine called me and said, man, ask your son, where should I go or could he take me out? He always said, Daddy, how much money they got? I said, dude, wait a minute. Why are you asking all them questions?
And that's a legitimate question.
He said, Daddy, how? He said,
Herb.
Yeah. He said, he said this and he don't mean nothing by it. He just said, Daddy, I got to ask that question because
Hatter, your son trying to go out, they trying to get a table.
Yeah. Oh my God.
And they're like, listen, man, we can get a table for $3,000. How much you got? You can't be the dude that's got the lint in his pockets. Because we got to buy 3 bottles if they want to get this table. We got to buy 3 bottles.
Look
That's the
at
only
Chris.
way we get in.
Hey,
You want to
hey.
get in or not?
Hey, man, Jimmy have been there in Vegas. Hey, your ass can't get in the club in Vegas. Well, you have to stand up in Vegas if you don't get no section.
I'm just saying. And it depends. As Jimmy say, expectations. What you go there for, everyone else know it too. Oh, they over there standing. What about them dudes over there?
Hold up. Me and Chris, hold up, Chris. Chris so cold. We in Bellagio. Wasn't nobody in the section but me and him. Nobody. The place packed. Me and him. And guess what? The model started coming. The model said, I'm tired of standing up. My feet hurt. Who is them two over there? I said, wow.
Yo, Mate on one right now. She said she talking about them magical ninjas. They got magical ninjas in Houston.
Wait a minute. What did she say? The cockamamie BS. Mate, what's wrong, baby?
She talking about. I've told her about New York. She was talking about they got them ninjas in Houston that are magicians, just like they got them in New York.
But Chris, come, I had to ask you. I said, where do they stay? If you up there faking, where your ass stand? That's all I'm saying.
Bro,
where you
it's
staying?
so many tricks. It's so many tricks. It's so many rabbits up here, man. Like, and here's the thing. You live in a fast-paced city like New York and LA.
Right.
Just fast-paced.
Right.
People don't have time to sit down and think about morality. Like, they don't.
Ooh.
It's moving so fast. You either on the train or you not. Hopefully that light at the end of the tunnel is daylight. You either on the train or you not. I'm just telling you, man.
Wow.
It's fast. Because if you don't jump on, somebody else will. It's a lot of, sleight of hand, bro. It's just what it is, so the game eats you up real quick. If you're a newbie, the game will eat you up real quick now. I mean, you got to understand, it's a different, it's like them people that all they used to run was the option, and all of a sudden they invented the shotgun. You're like, whoa, what's this? I mean, you hike the ball and, man, you can do it that way too. It's just a different pace, Everybody, a producer, rapper, this, that, Wall Street, like it's a different level. And there are some dudes out here that got some bread, bro.
Oh yes, sir.
There's some dudes out here with some real resources.
Yeah.
I just found out the other day, and me and my mom, I said, man, think about it. You could come to LA and say, listen, man, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna fly old girl in town. Right? I'm gonna put this is my man. I'm gonna get I'm gonna get I'm gonna send the black car to go get her. I'm gonna take her to the heliport, right? Helicopter across the city. Had a black car ready for her right there when she get out the heliport, and bring her to the VIP spot. I'm telling you, it's some dudes doing something on some level here.
Yes, sir.
Here,
yes, sir.
You don't even understand that you cannot compete with. So when
you just got to get her mad when she mad at him. Cause
the most real song in the world is that song by Chris Brown. I don't care what Chris Brown and
what he say?
Lil Wayne.
What did they say?
They not loyal. That is let me tell you something. Listen to the lyrics of that song. Listen the lyrics. He said, that's that nerve. I'm just saying, y'all need to listen to the lyrics of that song, bro.
Hey, hold on. Chris, Zero Bond, Chris. Did you mention Zero Bond?
Absolutely.
That's the spot he talking about.
Dude, I already know. That's why I'm laughing at you. I tell him I see him now tonight.
He just texted me, said, man, Zero Bond. That's my spot.
On, man, everybody. That's why I'm trying to tell you. That's dude, $5,000. I'm like, what? But again, there's dudes out there, man, that put that on the black card. They ain't think, what? Hold up. Dudes out there you talking about Ubers, they take helicopter Ubers, bro. Hey, man, I'm a Uber. I'm a Uber from here to over there in the helicopter.
Hey, that's the spot. I'm sorry, y'all. He said, it ain't a weekend if he in town. Blake Griffin, Kevin
no, you don't
Durant
understand.
and all of them ain't in there. He
It
said
ain't nothing but that's all it is in there.
he just
It ain't
sent me some
nobody
pictures.
else.
Yeah, he said Blake
Yeah,
Griffin
I'm
them
just
in there
telling
every
you,
day.
like, anybody want to just tell them to come spend 1 weekend in y'all do the H-Town thing. Go to Alameda and go over there to that other spot on what's that spot that little girl on? That y'all be taking me to, Jimmy.
Man, you gonna quit talking about my
What's that
people,
little
man.
spot that the girl left Davenport? That little spot she on.
I ain't been to that spot.
We'll go there. Y'all go there, and then wherever y'all want to go, and then get in a plane and fly to New York, and then I will open your eyes to some real stuff. I'm just letting you know. I love Houston, but than anybody.
Hey.
But as far as the other stuff we talk about, that's not even a comparison.
Hey.
You want to buy some real estate, some cheap real estate, go to H-Town. We're going to win all day long. You know what I'm saying? But as far as everything else,
Hey,
in
Jimmy,
all business, great business.
Jimmy, get in
We
here,
talk
man, and
about
get us
night
out of here,
life,
man.
like,
Cause Chris,
Hey,
Chris is
hey.
something else, man. I love it
Yeah,
though, Chris.
y'all, I'm looking at, hey man, y'all.
They been talking about us on which
Oh,
call.
What they saying?
And they wearing my ass out over there too. So that's why I'm finna go and I got some just for y'all to talk about. And of course that is last topic, and that is we got to talk about this right now, and that is Golden State, Phoenix last night.
I ain't want to talk about that.
Brooklyn, New York last night. Chris, you're in New York. The game went down to the closing moments. What's the atmosphere on this New York and Brooklyn renewed rivalry now?
Dude, they got James Harden and KD. Don't nobody care about the Knicks. They got, you know how many people I know? First of all, the Garden will always be crowded. The Garden's always.
No, it wasn't in the Garden. It was in Brooklyn.
No, they
last
played
night.
in
I understand
Brooklyn
that.
last night.
I'm making a point.
Oh,
I'm saying
okay,
the Garden's always going to be sold out. People always going to support the
No
Knicks.
matter who
That ain't
playing,
never
you're
gonna
right. You're right.
Because it's too tourist. You got to realize New York is very touristy, European. So people just like, oh, I want to go. They're like the Yankees. People always going to stuff like that.
Yeah.
But that Brooklyn thing, them dudes taking trains, planes, trains, and automobiles to see them dudes, man.
Yeah.
You got two of the top probably 25 players ever to play. They're going to see them dudes play, man.
Yeah.
That Brooklyn thing on another level. Because
I like how you get off the train and just walk up. Jimmy, you did just
walk
walk
right in.
Yeah, walk right in. I like
Walk
that.
right in. Same way you go see the Mets.
Yeah.
I would encourage anybody, if you ever come here to go to the U.S. Open, you get right off the train. They make everything convenient for you,
Yeah.
so you don't drop. Walk right in there and see Serena. Walk
Sure.
right out and get to where you got to get to.
Easy
But I'm saying the atmosphere in New York. You know them dudes, KD and James. They live in Manhattan.
Yeah.
They don't even live over there in Brooklyn.
No.
But
Where
you know,
Brooklyn
I'm just
at?
saying, huh?
No,
and the
I said
Brooklyn cool. Brooklyn
Brooklyn
cool.
cool,
It just ain't
but
Manhattan.
they
It's
live
just not
good.
Manhattan. So they just didn't want to play for Dolan. That's all that was. Because in my right mind, can't imagine why a dude don't want to play for the Knicks.
Coach, he was there, Chris. I'm telling you, I talked to him in the summer. KD was gone. And they let the Vax King, the non-Vax King, the Flat Earth King, talk him out of it.
That was an absolute mistake because the Knicks brand is far superior to the Brooklyn Nets. I mean, you're a New York Knick. I mean, don't ask Quentin Grimes. But if you're a New York Knick, all I'm saying is, y'all terrible, man. There's something wrong.
No, that's you.
What I say? What I say? I'm just saying, the New York Knicks brand is just. I mean, think about it. If KD and James Harden was playing for the Knicks, oh my God, man, you kidding me?
Hey, Jimmy, I'm finna fight back right now for Houston.
Oh, okay.
At least we ain't walking down the street and a damn rat bigger than me and Jimmy walk up and you just have to walk your ass on the other side of the street. I promise y'all that happened to me.
What are you talking about, man?
In Manhattan.
You live in an old city, man. They don't have. I mean, come on, man. The city is old.
I know the
That's why
sewage
that happened.
Yeah, the sewage problem.
You got pigeons. You got rats, and you got pigeons.
Yeah.
You're right. That exists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not. Listen, I'm not saying that there's not some inherent issues. But anyway, get back to what Jimmy was saying. Listen, I hate to bring it back to this, but what's wrong with LeBron, man? Health protocol, missed several games. Jimmy, something smells fishy.
I mean, ain't no different than what's happening with your head coach and your wide receiver at the Cowboys.
Several games? I guess basketball, they play games every other day, but several games?
Yeah, because he got to be out for 10 days at least.
Yeah.
So LeBron got COVID. That's what it means.
That's health. Yeah, that's what that means.
Yeah, he got the COVID. Yeah, that's obvious. I mean, certain things are obvious and certain things they can't say because of for the medical reasons. But
Rick
yeah, it's
Brown said,
obvious.
"Come on, Rick
It, it,
Brown." Rick Brown said he
yes.
got VD. Rick Brown need to go on over with that. Quit
But
that, Rick Brown.
but here's the crazy thing. Why didn't they just say LeBron have COVID? Why they
Now
gotta say
because you
health?
can't because that's
They,
the whole thing. Medically, if he hadn't released the gate, authorized you to do so, then how would you find out? So I
In
mean
the
you're
protocol.
speculating on his health, on his medical.
Health and safety protocol,
Yeah,
99.9.9% mean COVID.
so if
yeah.
Hatter don't come on the chop shop and they say he got
I almost didn't come on today, y'all. I was sneezing and shit all over the place. But
but
Jimmy,
Yeah, I mean
Jimmy, one of my
so
monitors wasn't working. I'm pissed off right now, but keep going.
so understands. I mean, and the Lakers, that's the whole thing. Like right now, we understand before we knew that the Lakers looked old, and we knew that they have some things to mend together as far as in the chemistry department. But LeBron has missed about 17 games. He's missed a lot of games.
Yeah.
Not that many. I said 17, at least 7.
now he had
He's
missed
missed
17.
easy. I said
Like
7,
12. It's like the
7.
13,
He's
like
missed
13
about
games.
7.
No,
Huh?
he missed more than that. He about 12, 13 games.
No, that's a
Oh,
lot of games already. And so my thing is, and like last night, they pulled away. They beat Sacramento, a team they lost 3 overtimes to reach last matchup. And so they blew them out. They were down, but they were down like 15 in the second half, which is not much in NBA terms. But Lakers end up winning by 25, right? Something like that. So they have enough to thread water, and they see what's going on in the NBA. The meaning the Lakers, and looking over at the Clippers, they both are playing 500 basketball right now, pretty much so. And right now, they're just trying to just keep the gap and just thread the water. I mean, win 1 out of every 2, and I think then they'll be okay for now.
They just trying to get to the
Meanwhile,
playoffs, Jimmy. They trying to get to the playoffs.
yeah, that's what they're trying to get to. But here's the thing, though, Chris. You can't turn this thing. The older you get in your mind, you think you may be able to turn it on and turn it off when you want. You will not be able to do so, and
zero
that's the
bond.
problem.
I'm sorry, Jimmy. Keep talking. That's zero bond. That's Ben Affleck. That's Ben Affleck and J-Lo walking in that joint. That's what Chris gonna be at tonight. But keep going, Jim.
Yeah, and so and so you ain't gonna be able to keep turning it on and turning it off. Now the thing is that Golden State game. Remember, I tell people all the time, you play the what if. If Phoenix loses last night, how many people will legitimately attempt to play the what if card? Right? Here's what if Devin Booker don't get hurt in the first quarter, right? If they would have lost, they would have been playing that card, right? But then the Golden State lost, and there's no what if played possible. There's no what if card. They don't even want you to dare play that card. What if Klay Thompson was in the lineup, which we know he's going to be when playoff time comes? He's going to be, health permits. And James Wiseman. Don't forget, James Wiseman.
But they may mess the team up if they bring those guys in, though, because that means
they got to come in. They're going to they got to both come in. That's inevitable.
17 or 18-3 without them dudes. You may implement those guys, and it may hurt their chemistry.
No, but here's the thing, though. You ain't gonna do better with them, but at the same time, you need those guys. And here's the thing: what they found is what the Lakers have not found. Golden State has found that very serviceable and dependable supplemental secondary score in that offense day in and day out. Golden State has that. The Lakers
didn't.
Huh?
What do you mean? They got LeBron. They got LeBron. They got AD. They got Westbrook.
I'm talking about in the absence of LeBron, right? That third guy that you're depending on for the Lakers is whom? Every doggone night. Now, Westbrook is the second guy if LeBron is out. You follow me?
No, yeah, that's true. You're right.
I'm saying, so when LeBron is out, who's the third guy that you're depending on? That's what I'm saying.
Melo.
That's what I'm saying. Melo has not just, he's not He's threatening. He's like 8 points guaranteed, but he isn't that guy every night that you know he's gonna bring it. And that's what I'm saying. Melo is good for a bucket a quarter in this offense, but they need more from Melo to get to that way. I'm talking about like he's there, and that's what I'm saying. I'm missing with the Lakers as an.
I mean, the Lakers are hurt too, man. Kendrick Nunn is hurt. They still got some injuries. Trevor Ariza is
But
hurt.
think
They
about it.
still
You know who it
failing.
was last night? You know who it was last night? Last night, who that third person was with the Lakers? Believe it or not,
Who?
it was right in front of the eye. It was Dwight Howard last night.
Oh, yeah. They play him every other game though.
Yeah, but not
The
as
Lakers
many
got
minutes.
listen, man.
Not
I don't think Frank
they didn't
Vogel.
never
I don't think Frank Vogel makes it through the year.
understand something. Dwight Howard played 35 minutes last night. That's the highest he's played all season. He has produced a double-double, 13 rebounds, 12 points, only took 7 shots. And they won that game by 25. That's what I'm saying. But now, by him playing 35 minutes, came at the expense of DeAndre Jordan being a token guy who starts the game technically to keep your not hurt your feelings. You start, then you sub out 2 dead balls later. Well, DeAndre Jordan only played 4 minutes last night. Dwight Howard played 35. So it came at the expense of you not being able to put DeAndre Jordan out on that floor. You put Dwight Howard.
There's games that Dwight Howard did not play, and Jordan. I mean, they switch him up.
That's exactly my. That means inconsistency. So that means you have to go and find that third guy that can be a consistent, reliable product. I guess a consistent, reliable production in your offense. That's what you have to find.
Who's the third guy with the Cleveland? Who's the third guy for the Warriors? Who's the third guy?
For
who's
who?
The third guy for the Suns? The third guy?
I just told you the third guy for the Warriors was. I just told you that. Jordan Poole, right now, Jordan Poole is the third guy.
Huh? Who's the second guy? Who's the second guy for the Warriors?
No. Draymond Green, even though he doesn't score like that, he's that.
No.
Draymond Green's role is his role in that offense. Chris, come on now. You're watching basketball.
Jordan Poole. I like Draymond.
You're thinking about leadership and everything else goes into as a component into that.
I hear you, but Jordan Poole is doing stuff that Klay Thompson was doing, bro. That's what I'm telling y'all. He's doing Klay Thompson type stuff right now.
That's just on the scoring component. I'm just telling you in regard to the leadership. Last night's game, for example, Draymond Green, once again, 8 points, a bucket every quarter, but he had 11 boards, 5 assists. You see what I'm saying? And only took 8 shots. Didn't take no 3-point attempts. So now Wiggins has been teetering as that guy offensively, but now Jordan Poole as that second offensive scorer most of the season. But Jordan Poole is the guy now that adds depth when Klay Thompson comes back. He's serviceable. He's
a star. I mean, Jordan Poole's a star. Jordan Poole's a star.
Yeah.
He's a star.
Yeah.
That dude's doing big. I would love to have him on the Lakers right now. I wish the Lakers had.
And you know who else on that team that once again has played themselves into minutes? Gary Payton Jr. He's played himself in the minutes in that rotation.
Wiggins.
Huh?
I hate Wiggins. I hate Wiggins.
Why you hate him? He's a Adidas guy. That was your brand. That was your frat for a long time. Why would you hate him?
Nah, man, I'm not a Wiggins guy. I'm not down with Wiggins. I was looking at Cedric Jackson saying LeBron has missed 71 games with the Lakers. People got to realize, man, LeBron going to the finals 8 straight years. LeBron has probably played 2 more seasons more than anybody. A lot of those are long series, 7 games. Like LeBron going to that, it has taken a toll on him. LeBron is very clear and resolute of what he's trying to do. 2 things: hopefully win another ring. Secondly, be the all-time leading scorer in NBA history. All that other stuff, y'all can forget about it. LeBron is at the end of it's like Tiger. He finally had to come out and say, I know y'all love me. I will never be at that level again. This is what it is. LeBron's not going to kill himself trying to be the MVP. He's just not going to do it. He's trying to win another ring. He's trying to stack the deck to win a ring, and he knows how many points. He knows exactly what he's doing. He's trying to retire, own a team, and move off to the sunset and be a Hollywood mogul. LeBron ain't thinking about nothing anybody else talking about other than that. So his legacy is secure. It doesn't matter. How can I sneak one more ring out of this? And then how can I, again, I mean, when I become the all-time, people saying Father Time, it ends for everybody at some point. We're going to get tired watching Robert De Niro at some point, Al Pacino at some point, he's done. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, but again, he's still 25-5-5, guys. 25-6-5. It's just that at the end of the day, it doesn't make sense in today's NBA to what would winning a Western Conference division mean something to the Lakers? For the Lakers, it's championship or bust. So if I'm LeBron, I'm trying to get a championship. So if that means I got to play half the season to make sure I'm fresh for the end of the season, that's what I'm doing. That's what it comes down to. He ain't gonna do it, man, and I don't blame him. How about that? I don't blame him.
Keep
That's how I feel. I don't blame
same
him.
energy keep
What's
that
that?
same energy to the
What
and
mean
then
that same?
thank the
I'm telling you what the plan is. That's the plan. Plan is not to be the MVP. That ship sailed last year when he got hurt because he was on that path. He's never gonna, dude. It's never gonna happen again. He's just too old. He's still getting 25-5-5. 25-5-5. I mean, he got a billion records. He owns damn near every record. His legacy is secure, man. Somebody right. AD got to do it. AD got to step up. Westbrook got to step up.
You sound like you conceding right now.
No,
It's
I'm
like a
telling you the
concession.
plan. They have a blueprint. They have to get to the playoffs. The rest of it doesn't matter. Dude, the Lakers have won everything all the time.
What if not making the playoffs?
They're going to make the playoffs.
That
That's not
man,
happening. That's not happening.
what do you mean? They
They're going to make the playoffs.
they barely made it last year.
Jimmy, LeBron was hurt most last year, but you said that
Still, he's
one
hurt most of
game
this year as
separates
well.
like 5 teams. The Lakers, think about it. The Lakers lost to the Thunder twice. They lost to the Kings. They lost to the Timberwolves. They lost games. If the Lakers is just taking care of business and stop looking past teams, they be in third place right now. At some point, it's going to get to that point where they're taking things seriously. And I'm telling you, LeBron, he can't not play. He can't play past COVID. I mean, they're not going to let him get out there if he got COVID. I'm still trying to figure out how the hell he got COVID, but it is what it is. That's a whole nother story. But and you can get it anywhere, but damn, you know what I mean? Like, they making me feel like we got to go back and shut stuff down again. I'm like, dude, still getting COVID like that? What the heck is going on out there? That's insane. I mean, that's insane, dog.
Yeah, I mean, the new variant, this morning, the new variant, they found the first case in America, which was in California, and that was announced a couple hours ago on CNN. But that's it's going to be that variant.
They're not going to shut the country down. They're not going to restrict travel. Not going to happen.
It's not going to happen no time soon. But anyway, it is that time. Chris, it's time to land this plane, man. We got to get on up out of here. We got to slide down Dino's back and yabba dabba do this thing on this Women Rock Wednesday. We want to thank everybody for joining us on the Chop Shop. Don't forget, want to give a shout out to the young man, to the the two young men from last night and the game from which I went and watched, and it was Booker T. Washington beat the snot out of Kashmir 97-52. In that game, there was an 11th grader and named Kenneth Lewis. He's in the magazine. We have him listed as number 5 in all of Greater Houston amongst the 11th graders. Last night, Kenneth Lewis finished this game with 48 points, 7 rebounds.
Damn.
48. That's from Booker T. Washington High School. Kenneth Lewis, 48 points, 7 rebounds. He was assisted with a lot of productivity from a 10th grader who's ranked number 8 in the magazine amongst the area's 10th graders, and that number 8 is definitely a lot bit too low for this young man. He's been producing early in this season quite often. His name is Chris McDermott. Chris McDermott is about 6'8", about 6'7.5", 6'8", and he finished with 19 points, 23 rebounds, 4 steals, 3 block shots, and 11 assists. I'm sorry, triple double. 23 rebounds, 19 points, 11 assists, 4 steals, 3 blocks. That's from a 10th grader named Chris McDermott at Booker T. Washington High School. A lot of those assists, I was at the game. It came from basically he would get the rebound. Remember how Kevin Love used to do it back in the days, Chris? Get the rebound, pivot, and just weave it down the court. Guy take one bounce, lay it in. That's how they was getting behind Cashmere routinely. But those were assists that added on up, and for Chris McDermott. So shout out to them when two guys on the same team with that type of productivity, that must be mentioned on the Chop Shop. Once again, Kenneth Lewis, Chris McDermott, they both are in 11th and 10th grade respectively. That means they return next year. Booker T. Washington is on the rise, and that team could very well go to state. If not this year, next year, pretty much they would be a favorite in Region 3 in Class 4A. And like I said, I want to get that. Speaking of Booker T, give a shout out to Tack Minor, Tarian Tack Minor, class of 2003. They have announced that they will have a ceremony for Tack Minor Tuesday, December the 7th, next Tuesday at Booker T. Washington High School, whereas they're going to retire his jersey. And once again, we talked about this topic before. I don't think, Chris, you went to Milby. I don't think maybe only 2 people's jerseys retired that's players at Milby as it stands. Not many players in the entire HISD. There aren't more than 10 jerseys retired, period.
Yeah, they just don't do that.
Well, that's what it comes from the sitting coach and the sitting principal and a booster club to go and get it done. And that's where it comes, because most new coaches will say, well, I'm not from this area. Man, I ain't for to touch that. Hell, why didn't the pre-code if it was so important? Then that's how a lot of the coaches think when it comes to retiring of the jerseys. But more schools need to do that, because
the schools know the guys that need to be retired where they are, Jimmy. Everybody knows. If you look at if you look at Cashmere, everybody knows who went to Cashmere, the guys' jerseys that need to be retired. Period. They know that. You know what I mean? And Booker T too. They know. Wheatley, they know the guys. It ain't all of them, but they know the guys that should have their numbers retired. You know, Eddie Owens, Combo, Dwight. They know the dudes.
But Dwight, I think they retired the white jersey at Wheatley. I want to say while he on his deathbed or after he passed, and that's not. That don't sit well. Give them their flowers while they living, and more of them.
Look at Herb Ledee being messy. Jimmy, look at that. He being messy.
And Baylor retired Elmer Bennett.
Bel Air.
I think it's only one jersey retired. I think it's only one jersey retired at Bel Air, and that's Toby Oyedeji. Oyedeji. I think Toby is the only ones that's retired.
I'm telling you, they just didn't do it. At Milby, they got a
but guess what? Guess how Toby's jersey, how it happened for Toby? It took the sitting coach, which is Bruce Glover.
Yeah.
The sitting coach to activate it. Remember, and Melka Okafor and John Lucas III, they didn't play for Bruce Glover.
They played for what's his name? Hudak. Dave Hudak.
They played for Dave Hudak. And so sometimes you have to realize what the elements of what you're dealing with when you're asking these schools and these coaches to retire these jerseys. Those coaches going to think about their own. But
some people have like Milby don't have retired jerseys. They have they call a Wall of Fame, which is similar, but it's just different. It's every sport. But retiring a jersey, like you said, that's going to take I don't know anybody's jersey retired. They saying Elmer's retired. I
Chris,
don't
does
know
it take
anybody's.
what
What about Sean Gabe Madison? Like that's dudes' jerseys are not retired, man.
I think no Madison. Remember, they had a ceremony which I went to about 5 years ago. When Madison retired about four. It was four. They honored 4 people retired. Supposed to have retired 3 jerseys, and that was Greg Kite, Sean Gay,
McDonald's All first McDonald's All American ever out of the state of Texas,
and Tommy Mason Griffin, and on that particular night, and Paul Benton. I think they honored him on that particular night. It was 4, if I'm not mistaken, and so they have been honored. Now my thing is, what does it take for a jersey to get retired? Just to never print the damn jersey no more when you order your uniforms. That could be a sitting request on that rolls over to every staff. You can order whatever jersey number you want. Just don't order this number right here. That's how you retire a jersey. And you go and you put the jersey up on the wall so that people would know, and that way now it makes a statement other than putting it in a trophy case. That ain't the same thing. It ain't the same thing.
Jimmy, Cashmere High School. Name the guys' basketball jersey should be retired real quick.
Hey, Chris, we ain't got time now, Chris. We're going to do this tomorrow. I got to get 30 minutes ago. I was supposed to have been hell out of here. And y'all just talking. Yeah. I thought y'all were going to let me out of here.
That's because you from Memphis. We talking about Houston stuff now. You from Memphis.
No, but we can talk. Guess what? We can talk about it on time at 12 o'clock tomorrow. How about that?
You're right about that.
And so
let's get out of here,
time to slide down. Dino's back. And Yabba Dabba do this thing, man. We up out of here on this day. Make sure you share the show on your way out the door. Paul Miranda, leave Cashmere alone. Spell it right next time. It's with a K, not a C. This ain't Lynn Tiffin. This Cashmere. Baby. Yeah. And also, man, we up out of here, man. Once again, share the show on your way out the door if you would be so kind to do so. Thanks so much, guys. We'll see you on tomorrow. On this, we got a special guest going to join us as well. Going to have one hell of a combo. Got a guy going to join us from across the water on tomorrow. How about that? Our first guest from across the water on the Chop Shop, live while you're across the water as well. But we'll talk about that and a lot more on the Chop Shop piece. We up out here, guys.
Jim Hicks, Rob Hatter. You are now tuned in to the Chop Shop. I'm Retro. Let's get it. We in the Chop Shop. We live in the Chop Shop. We talking sports talk. We live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop. I'm talking sports talk. So turn your dials up. It's live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop. We live in the Chop Shop. We talking sports talk. We live in the Chop Shop.